Good evening, family. Welcome back. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, family. Hold on. I gotta let me get they situated. Let's see. Okay. Mhm. Let me get they Okay. All right. We're gonna wait for some more people. We're gonna wait for some more people to come in. Welcome, Malik. Welcome, Raphael. Thanks for coming. Now this one I sent out. I sent out the invites. We're gonna see how long that's gonna take. The live that I did earlier, I just sent that out like that. Screw out the invite. It just came through. I go ahead, everybody come. Well, okay. It's slowly come. It's slowly come. Four up to four. If it's gonna be like that, family, I might have to, for a while. I might have to like just set up put my stuff in the description box and just send it out like that. Cause I know late when I do that, y'all get it quicker. When I say one by one to invite, it seems like it takes its time. Two. Let's do this. Wait for some more people to come in. Or I might do this, or I might start it up like 2 or 3 minutes before that. I might do that. Okay, Ronald Figley. Okay. Mhm. 7 watching nows. And slowly. Thank you. Thank you, Francis. Yeah, nice day. Oh yeah, Rafiki, I got you as a Facebook friend too. I think I did. If not, watch out for it. Watch out for we're gonna do a collab on Atlantic City boxing. Watch out, collab's gonna be Ronald Figley, um Kurt Anderson, the Sugar One, and I believe Scrapper. Watch out for that. That's gonna come in within a few days. So we're gonna do collab on that. So watch out for that. So any boxing family, anybody boxing, and the rest of y'all here, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a special. We're gonna talk about boxing in Atlantic City. Okay, got you, Ronald. We got you. So watch out for that. We gonna break things down. We gonna break things down for Atlantic City, baby. Oh yes. I want to wait for some more people to come in. Mm-hmm. Hotel watching. Come on through, family. Come on through. Waiting for some more people to come through. Thank you. I appreciate that. Whoever coming here, let's get them likes. Let's get them likes up. Yup. Bomb squad. Yup. God's willing. I might, if I'm saying if I'm around, Ronald Figley, let you and LDBC know that I might do a after analysis of the fight of this channel. All right, let people know because I might do it if I'm up. Mm. Wait for some more people to come in. Thank you, appreciate that, Ron. And if I do it, if I do the after analysis, of the fight after analysis live, I'm not gonna send no invites. I'm just gonna put my descriptions in and start it up. So nobody don't have to wait for it because I'm not gonna send no invites on those. I'm not. So thank you. Always a lady. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming back. Wait for some more people to get in. Nervous for what? Like I said before, family, make sure the bell for your channel be lit. Thank you. I appreciate that, Francis. Appreciate that. Very much appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Wait for some more people to come in. I'm glad you're showing up tonight. Um, 9, 13 watching. Come through. Come on through. Come on through. Okay. I'm gonna turn the camera back on, fam. Just want to make sure that that is working. Mm. Oh, you a musician? Are you a singer? Okay. 15 watching, only 9 likes. Come on through. Wait some more people. No, I'm not gonna do the announcements yet. I want some more people to come. It's 17 watching. Come on through. I'll still be on. Don't worry about it, friend. I'll be on for a while. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Thanks to give me the like on the hope that you press the like on this live too. Thanks for the like and your support the other one. Oh yeah, it's shared on Ronald. It's shared this year. Yeah, it's shared. Yeah. Ones have not hit the like button. Please hit that. Very much appreciated. CRU, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. Wait for some more people to come in. Wherever you come in, hit the like button. Brittany Garcia, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Hit the like button. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And again, CRU, he went to Chicago. I believe that's his hometown. He met up with good brother Rob, and it was an excellent bill, family. Excellent bill. Appreciate it always, a lady. Appreciate that. Hit the like button. Thank you. Wait for some more people to come in. It's something that I made yesterday. Some of you can say it's leftovers, but this is good. I made a special drink that I made up. I thought about this like an hour ago. Show that. Also, guys, I made dessert too. Wait for some more people to come in. Yeah, YouTube is slow. YouTube is slow. And I guarantee people are going to start coming in bunches. Watch. Let me see. Let me do the announcements while we wait for some more people. All right. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Support my channel. Very much appreciated. Hit the bell when I come for a powerful live stream or video. Share this stream. and the other streams in my videos in the past. Let's get them likes up. Oh yeah, like I said, I made it yesterday. Ron, I ate some, but this is good. There's some left over, but it's good. Like I said, share this stream throughout social media. Very much appreciate it. Tasha Elaine, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Hope you stay so you can see the food. Also, I did a live earlier. I want y'all to check it out. Let's get them likes up there, please. Can you hit the like button for that one, please? I did that a few hours. That'd be very much appreciated. I don't know. I might mention it tonight or I might not, but if not, I want you to go listen to it. There's going to be some temporary changes that I'm going to make through the channel. So I want you to check it out too. Thanks again, Tasha. Y'all can support each other in the chat. All right? Now I'm going to get these announcements out the way. Yours truly, Jerry Thomas. If you want to know more about me, go to my channel. Go to my Facebook page, Jerry Thomas. Also, I have a Facebook group, JTNVP, Thinking for Ourselves. Again, all in caps. JTNVP, Thinking for Ourselves. Also in caps. My Twitter account at JTBlackman44. I would say it again. At JTBlackman44. Afrocentric. Thanks for coming, beautiful queen. My Twitter, well, not my Twitter. I'm sorry. My Instagram account is the same name as Underrated Darkness, but that's lower caps, the same name of this channel. Lower caps, the Underrated Darkness, right? I be doing music. I be doing boxing. I be doing sports. I also have my own sports show, the Underrated Sports Show, with my brother and co-host She Stay Sleep TV. That's every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, I be doing the fellowship dinner as I do right now every Sunday. So I'm trying to stick to 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, but sometimes it might be a little later. It's all about fellowship and it's all about sit down, eating, and talking at the table. Create the communication so we can eat together and solve our problems. And sometimes we have fun. So I encourage family. We gotta get back to eat together again, and encourage the kids in our community and throughout humanity. That is very important. All right, that's what I create, and it's been going good for a minute now. So I do that every Sunday. All right. So go wait for some more people to come in. But I'm getting hungry. I ain't lying, family. But don't worry about it. I got you covered. I got you covered. Trying to wait for some more people because I know YouTube is very slow. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But I'm glad I'm glad y'all coming. Just trying to be fair. Wait for some more people to come in. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Black Data. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Trying to wait for some more people to come in. Cause I have a feeling people go start coming in a group. Mm-mm-mm. The ones who didn't check out my live earlier, please do that and hit the like button. That'd be very much appreciated. She Stay Sleek TV. Thanks for coming. Waiting for some more people to come through. I know it's YouTube. I'm telling you. I noticed that when I send it out without the invites, family, it goes through just like that. You see the one who's in the live earlier. Who was on the live earlier? Always a lady. Y'all was getting it just like that. I think I'm gonna do something different. I think I'll probably lay off for a while, send out invites. I'm just gonna send it out duly. So, like again, I'm gonna repeat this again. Make sure the bells are lit. Make sure the bells are lit. I think I'm gonna do it different. I think I'm gonna do it the other way from now on. Doggone YouTube, man. And support and participate each other too. Y'all go ahead. Go ahead, do your thing. All right? Well, make sure you support the underrated darkness. The underrated one. The grinder. All right? But support each other ones in here, all right? Got some good for family. I create another drink. Let's stir this up a little bit. So watch out for that. Hey, what's going on, sis? How you doing? Welcome, Queen Elise Outland. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. We're gonna give 2 more minutes. Yeah, come on, let's get them lights up. 2 or 3 more minutes. Then I'm gonna show my food. My food is still kind of hot. It's still good. It's still eatable. Yeah, some Ronald, some. They probably just want for my food. They don't want to be. They don't want to be with the darkness. Love your food, eat and run. Nah, I just joking. I just joking. Trying to wait for some more people to come in. Shoot, Ronald, once upon a time was hardly no woman come to the chat. Buddy, woo, while back, get 1 or 2 or 3, I was happy. But it's great, though. It's great. It goes to show that it's involving and diverse, too. I like to see women in the chat. I really do. You know, like-minded queens in the chat. It's a beautiful thing. Really is. And even brothers are showing up too. More brothers showing up too. That's good. You know? Okay, got 1 more minute. See any new people coming. That's all right. All right. That's great. I always a lady. I gotta take you out. You have to say support back. Oh, I got you. All right. So yeah, so I got to erase that. Always a lady. I gotta remove that. It's support. Always a lady. It's support back. Oh, I got you because YouTube is messing with us. We use that word. So it's just remember it's support back. Oh, I got you. All right. But they be messing the channels and stuff. So, but he appreciate that. So nah, Ronald, no. Oh, they just messing. They don't like YouTube do not like that word. So and then they take like support away and stuff like that. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I didn't know at first too. I just letting you know. So pass the word out. All right. The Aussie housewife. Thanks for coming. Now, y'all know the drill. Let me get six. Let me get 6 ones. That's how we do it on the food. Let me get 6 ones. That's the process. 6 ones. Right now. That's 1. 6 ones. Come on, chat. 6 1. That's 1. Ronald set it off. That's 2. Welcome, sis Ty Brown. That's 2. Let's go. That's 4. Now, Ronald, let it rock. They're gonna do it. Let it rock, Ronald. That's 4. That's 4. 2 more. 2 more. I'm good, sis. How you feel? Welcome back. 2 more. 1 more. One more 1. So let me count. See, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. 1 more 1. No, you already pressed 1, Raphael. So that means that when I show dessert, you don't have to press. You don't have to press 1. All right, there you go. Spiritual. That's 1. Okay. Let me hit this. Bang. All right. This is what I made last night. This is beef. This is meat sauce, tomatoes, with some sauces in it. Thin spaghetti. Now this drink right here, I made it up. Just about a little over an hour ago. All right. That is tea in the bottom. That is cinnamon honey. And I add, show y'all, and I add this. Mr. Boston's favorite brandy. All right. So that's what I did. This is tea. Again, add a little cinnamon honey and Mr. Boston's Blackberry brandy. Poetic Cows, what's going on? Now, let me see my blessings. Amen. So that's what I made yesterday. There's some that are leftovers. And usually, see, yesterday I had sausage, so let me show you the sausage. This is sausage I did, so okay. Party Cows, have you seen my thank you, appreciate that. Party Cows, have you seen my food? Anybody else? If nobody, some of you ain't seen my food, let me know. I'll show it again quickly. Before I start eating. We'll fold this. Mm-hmm. I ain't tasted drink yet, but let me taste it. Oh shit! Damn, that shit tastes great. That shit tastes good. Easy brothers can make this drink easy, but gotta be careful of the ingredients, right? Put just enough of the honey. You gotta keep on stirring it up, like I do. I think I put a little too much honey, but it's okay. And then you just want to add just a little brandy because that brandy is thick. And so that's what I'm saying, that it's going to incorporate in a few minutes. So it's a little sweet. Then I got some extra right here. So what I probably might do, I'll probably put some more ice in it. So could dilute it a little, just a tiny bit. But it's okay. It's all right. Aussie Housewives, this is what I made. Meat sauce with sauces, thin spaghetti, the drink, tea, with put cinnamon honey, and Mr. Boston's blackberry favorite brandy. So start adding on panel. Oh, no. Watch out for your links. Black native, she stay sleep. Um, White cows. Okay. Okay. She stay asleep. Black Native, I seen you the link, and Puerto Kells, I seen you the link. Let me know you got it or not. Hey, Lisa Marie, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Oops, so how to cook. Thanks for coming, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Lisa Marie, Lisa Marie. You cannot use that because you I gotta erase that. Um you're welcome. I gotta erase that word because YouTube is giving us problems to use that word. So I gotta take that out. But I'm glad that you that word sub, that word SUB. For now on, you have to use support back, or I got you. Because they really they don't like when people use that word. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks for coming, Stephanie Rice. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. So let me show my food. Anybody want to get on the panel? Um. All right, Gad told me to hold on how to cook, Ellen. If you want to get on the panel, Queen, you can. I send the links out to Black Native and Poetic Cow. So watch out for that. See oh, it's my food. Before I do that, once it came in, I mixed it up already. I made this last night, so this like leftovers, but it tastes good. So sometimes it tastes better. It's meat sauce with sauces, um thin spaghetti mixed up with some sauces. This drink I made up. I made up just an hour ago. Sweet. This is some tea. Um, cinnamon, honey, and a little Mr. Boston's blackberry flavor brandy in it, and it tastes very good. It brings out this dinner too. So, and I got a dessert too coming up. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. That's how we do it, Lisa. And other people come here. We eat. It's fellowship. We eat together, right? We eat together and talk. Sometimes we talk serious issues. Sometimes we bug out, but that's what it is. Gab Talk Media. Watch out for your link. That tastes good. Okay. Okay, Loso. Be safe, bro. Yeah, stay around, stay around, low. So I'm bringing I don't understand. Hold on, Black Native, watch out for your link. Let's see. Brother Kels, watch out for your link. There she is. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm in my
Fine.
living room. Let me turn on the light. Turn this lights on. You was calling me and I didn't even know how to work it.
Oh.
Yeah. Your food is good.
Hello.
Thank you. Gab, talk me up.
Hey, what's up, JT?
I'm good.
Going on? Sound like you grubbing over there.
Well, they ain't ate all day, bro. Hung.
What you fixed tonight? What you fixed, bruh?
Do you see it?
Oh wait, no, I can't see that.
I I I, I made this last night, so this is like leftover. This is meat sauce with some sauces. Simple with thin spaghetti. And the drink I made the drink I made up just about an hour ago. That's tea with cinnamon honey, and I put a little
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Boston's blackberry flavored brandy in it.
I can't see it. You got your camera on?
Yeah, y'all saw it. You ain't see it?
I can't see it. Nah, like all my I'm gonna come out and come back in.
All
I'm gonna
right,
come back right back in.
all right,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So how you
Looks good.
feel?
I'm
Thank you.
very well. I'm good. I just cooked too, so
What you cook?
but I'm good. Steak with potatoes and jalapenos and stuff.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah, I see now. Okay.
no, you didn't cook that.
Yeah, I did cook that.
I like that. Why you
Wow.
didn't I like that? Man. Make my stuff
Yeah.
look like a baby dinner. God. Dang.
Mhm. I be getting
Now
there.
that's a man's meal. A grown no, let me play that. That's a grown up meal right there.
Steak and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That looks good though.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm glad you like it.
That drink
Gab,
sounds refreshing too.
Uh,
thank you.
oh yeah, what
You're
you got? Some spaghetti over there?
Yeah,
welcome.
that's spaghetti, right? That's spaghetti with meat sauce and some sauces in it. And like I said, the drink I made up hour ago on the top of the head. That's with cinnamon honey in it, and Miss I'm not gonna show the bottle, and Mr. Boston's
Mm-hmm.
flavor brandy in it, just a little bit.
Okay, sound like you know what you're doing.
I ain't even bragging. It's
Right,
not
right.
I just messing with you. But I'm glad that you got on because we gonna have some conversations tonight. I'm gonna wait some more people to come in.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put the phone down. I'll be back.
Okay.
You gonna wait for some more people to come in. Let me. I'm gonna go in my room real quick and put the phone down right
Okay.
here.
But
You,
yeah, but guys, we gonna talk about some things tonight.
all right.
You know, was you was you on the last was you was in the last live?
Yeah, yeah. The last live you had simp something. Simp.
Oh, simple hole. Yeah, simple holes and fake ones.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, that's the one I did
Yeah, I
flowers.
saw some of that. Yeah, I saw
Okay.
some of that. Mm-hmm.
I might allude to some of it. I might. It is up to me. It really up to me. I might allude up to
Mm.
it, but it depends how I feel. But all I can say, family, that in the chat, I advise you to watch that because it's gonna be some changes just for a while and stuff like that. So it doesn't mean
Something
nothing,
happened.
huh?
Something happened.
It just I got all I can say, get my brother. I just gotta make some changes. That's it.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Also, but um, did you I'm gonna wait till Black Native come back. I'm gonna wait to see come back. Um, the things that you hear on YouTube lately, Gab, want to ask you a question. What things that
Okay.
what things that you don't like that you hear from YouTube lately from our community, of your perspective?
Um, one of them was the probably the main topic right now is the gender wars. Gender wars.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the main one. Um, I've been online with Sinji and a panel of a whole bunch of people over there. Or no, or it was Nala. It was Nala's panel, but it was a panel of Obsidian was on there and some other brothers, and we was kind of chopping it up, and it just seemed to be going back and forth. And then Angry Man got on, and then he did a rebuttal video one of these days this weekend. But then they end up on the channel together. So the gender war was one of them, just to keep it short.
Okay.
That was the main thing. And then the other thing with um the video you had to do like last week, early last week or right before the holiday, where you had to kind of you and Brother Sheep had to kind of go on somebody or expose somebody for being, fraudulent in their activities. So that all
Right.
of that's been disturbing. Is the unity has been messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you did you like the message that it come out to, or you just don't like it generally?
You
Do you
you
think
go ahead, JT. I can't hear
yeah,
you,
huh?
or I couldn't hear you.
Huh?
It sounds like you far away. Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm saying that do you think that people who do fraudulent things need to be called out?
Yeah, to a certain extent, to the extent that they are being public against somebody else. Um, right now, I haven't found it's not a problem to expose or call people out that's calling you out, but at the same time, I'm wondering at a certain point, should we just be ignoring people? I'm not sure. I don't have a problem with either strategy right now. I haven't chosen which one I think is best for myself yet.
Well, I understand what you're saying, guy. I do. I understand there's certain things that we shouldn't pay attention. You're right about that because I'm with that too. But when it got to, but the way I look at it like this, that excuse me, it really start infecting deep in our community. I believe we should speak up on it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, that's why I say I don't object to it.
Right,
Like I haven't seen nothing. Is nothing in me that objects to
right.
somebody defending themselves or their community.
Mm-hmm.
Something that Sinji and I was talking about was that she was mad because Angry Man, pulled his channel up and started doing his thing, rebutting what she was saying. And I was saying to her, I was explaining that you can't control how somebody gonna come back at you once they're offended. You can't
Right,
control that. And so, that's kind of what it is. You can't swing a punch or fire a shot and then tell me how many or how hard to punch back.
right. But at the same
It
time,
just don't.
you can't. I know what you said. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. So what you
Mhm.
saying? You cannot change. You cannot. How I say this? You cannot control two sides of the narrative. It's got to be one or the other. Am I right?
Yeah, you can't do it. You. My narrative is going to be mine. You can only control what come out your mouth.
Mhm.
You can't
Exactly.
control what come out the
Okay,
next person's mouth.
I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. Right. But brother, but that's the problem. You got some people on this sector of YouTube, they figure that I could say what I want, and then whatever I say, and then whatever that person says doesn't make a difference. But I feel like this: if a person brings concrete evidence to refute that, what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You open yourself up for that. That's what I mean.
exactly,
Like, yeah,
right,
you open
exactly,
yourself up for that. Yeah.
right, exactly. So that's our problem right there. But see, this is the sad thing about it. It's not enough people will talk about what you're saying. They just want to sit back and act like ain't nothing happened. Nah, I feel like this. If you're not willing to talk, you don't have no right to say nothing. And that is the problem with stuff. Now we're going to switch
Yeah.
gears. Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're saying, and that's the problem. Now, Black Native, you are back. You
Yeah, I'm back. I heard your conversation. I have you on my TV as well. So, but
I'm on
yeah, I
the
hear
big
what's
screen.
going on. Yeah, you on the big screen.
Oh wow! Oh, I'm sorry. Let me.
You're a star.
Thank you. Yeah. Now we're gonna switch it up, and Gab, I want you to jump into this. No
Okay.
people heard about Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to I just asked my wife who this dude was because he kept popping up on YouTube. Everybody's exposing him. Uh
He's a
who
Go
is
ahead,
basketball.
go ahead,
this?
go ahead, Queen.
He's a basketball player. Like he play. I remember him playing for the Warriors. But yeah, he this started last night on Twitter. Actually, it was a transgender person that exposed him.
Oh.
So yeah, he put like a whole thread about how him and what's his Dwight Howard was messing with each other, how he sleeps with other men and he's not using protection, and how he likes to mess around with transgender um men. I don't know if I say I know you might get some slack for this, but they want to be called women, but no.
Yeah, nah, it sounds like that is he gay? Is he came out that he's gay or somebody just exposed him for being with a transgender?
The transgender who he was dealing with exposed him.
But he didn't want
But
to be though.
huh?
You saying that like he didn't want to be exposed. It kind of like just came out on him.
No, he did want to be exposed, but the guy said it's on Twitter that the guy said his life was like he felt like his life was being threatened, and he just put like text messages. He also had audio, um, audio recordings of him and Dwight Howard having conversations. So I was like, why did you even save the messages? What was the reason? I mean, the actual recordings of them having a conversation about him sleeping with other men.
Yeah, I just think when a dude um gets caught up in that, I mean, and he's supposed to been living his life as something straight, he just in a bad predicament, man.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
Especially when you were famous like that. Yeah.
yeah. He got kids by one of the girls that was on Basketball Wives. I mean, that's how I remember him because she had a baby by him.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which one
Yeah.
of them?
Um, Royce. She was the like the original when they
Oh,
first.
I remember that. Yeah. So, hey, baby. So
Mhm.
it's Royce.
Yep.
It's Royce from remember Atlanta Housewives. Royce, little Royce.
No, Basketball Wives.
Oh, Basketball Wives. I meant to say Basketball Wives.
Mhm.
Remember the little feisty one? It was her ex husband or something. Yeah, yeah. And he been sleeping around with transgenders, man.
Damn. Man, taking it from the back. Man, taking it from the back. Damn.
Yeah, that's bad. I wouldn't want to be him, dude.
I mean,
Me.
he's been in drag since last night on Twitter.
Yeah. You gotta have some standards, brain. Like everybody say, to each his own. I just, there just ain't no life of mine, man. So I don't know what to do with that.
I'm just saying that listen, this all I know, y'all. I know I know when people drive, they back it up and they find a nice parking space. But that parking space that that Dwight Howard's in, he can never get that out. He can never get out on that.
Nah,
Nah,
he's done. He's cooked.
he's
She
not
stuck
looking good.
He's
Yeah,
done.
in
He
his
right, he's
ass,
done.
yeah. You
and
can.
everybody's
And,
seen
and,
it.
Oh, wait a minute. When you say that, like, is it just a rumor? Like, did somebody? Is it actual video or something, or is it
Yeah,
just
she had
the?
text messages between them two. She has recording conversations that she put
Oh
out
boy.
there on Twitter with him and her having conversations. She brought receipts.
And it ain't no way that he could say he ain't know that was a transgender.
No, because he was meant. She said he's the reason why she put it out there because he was cheating on her with other transgender men. So
Hey,
he exposed them.
so
Yeah.
black native. So what you trying to say? He was on the transgender choo choo train.
That's what it sounded like. He was taking it in she said he was a bottom. So she said 6'11" bottom. So I'm like, whoa.
Hey,
I just gonna read in the thread. I was like, wow, like you just really put this man business on social media, like
well, you know
everything.
what? Well, I could tell you one thing. There ain't no tunnel of love. There ain't no tunnel of love. Yo.
that's the
That
that's the
yo,
tunnel.
like God came and state the name of love.
The
Step
dark tunnel.
ain't no stepping out on that one.
No. Nah, I feel bad for the man, but
I don't. I don't.
I don't
I'm
know.
saying, listen, this this is this is how I feel. There are some holes meant to be plunged, and some holes don't need to be plunged.
Yeah, but I think she did it out of spite. Well, she said that his pastor, was threatening her life. So the pastor is in on it too.
What? You mean
Oh, this whole thing dirty, man.
It's a
you mean
mess.
the pastor? You mean the pastor was parking it too?
The pastor know what the situation is. Put the pastor picture up there with the pastor wife. She exposed the pastor.
That is crazy. Damn. Darius Matthews, thanks for coming, brother. Thanks for coming back. And thanks for the compliment. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
People.
shout out to Darius.
Why people? I don't know why these men like to park cars in the wrong places that you can't get out. God, hey,
Ain't no way he getting out of this one.
and yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is us, man. We gotta deal with it. We gotta deal with it.
Say it again.
We gotta deal with it. Because this is already
Why you say that? Why?
no. Let me tell you, not deal with it, but like you know how some I tell you. But you know what? I always know that Dwight Howard, my father used to call the people Sweetwater. Sweetwater. He's Sweetwater, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
Yeah, we in the days. This the day of the undercover, bro. And
Everybody,
everything is undercover.
well, I
internet
tell
is dragging everybody down. The internet is
Yeah,
the enemy of the people, and anything that you thought you was hiding, it is coming to the light.
yeah, yeah.
God
Sir.
damn. Man, he's a tall sugar cane sweet boy.
Yep, that's sad. I mean, he's
And he got kids too, right?
yeah, he got like about 10 kids. I don't know. They said he had about 10 kids by different women.
Sonny Bonson talk, welcome. Super Trish, thanks
Oh,
for coming.
yeah.
Yeah, you right. We still recovering from the young buck dilemma. You right, Super Trish. You right about that. That's another one got caught up. I don't understand this man. Do you know?
Yep. What is going on with Young Buck? Somebody said
Young
something
Buck,
about him.
yeah, Young
What
Buck
was
got
that?
caught with a tranny too.
Yeah.
Because they said something, him and Young Buck going to be rocking G Unit shirts. I was like, what? I just,
You mean Young Buck unit? That's crazy, yo. I'm glad in a way. I'm talking to my pops right now and the ancestors. In a way, I'm glad you up in the ancestors because my father would have caught a fit with this. He said, God, he said, do these men know where they go at?
Mm-hmm.
I know they have to know which hole. There are two holes. Do you know which hole to go? I hear my father talk right now. I'm telling you. My father had you crying like, yo, my God.
That shit
I
nasty.
know you have flashlights. Do you have flashlights to really look where you put? Oh man, this is crazy.
What I don't understand is the fact that if you are going to be, if you're going to be, if you're going to be gay, be gay. You know what I'm saying? Why are you fronting, sleeping with other women, pretending, and then they put you out there? Now your whole spot blown up. Now you gotta be up here trying to do some explaining, cause he explaining right about now. He ain't know that transgender was going to do a whole 15-page thread on him last night. That's crazy.
Yeah. Black native. They said there's an echo in the back.
Oh, okay. Let me turn my TV down. Sorry.
Nah.
She was enjoying the show.
Yeah, I'm watching it from my TV set, but go ahead, cause I can't see, like, I can't see nothing up here.
What she trying to say? She got the brother on big screen. Come on, I don't get big screens. Come on, y'all. Hey, you man, come on now. It feel real good. Stick my chest out. Yeah. Big screen. What? The darkness made it. Let me stop. Nah, but I always know he was a fun boy. I know, he liked to play with little Gerber boys. I've been doing real fun. Especially he was with the Lakers. He don't like what Kobe said. Yo, it's all about having fun. What do you mean it's all about having fun, dog? Yo, what are you talking about?
Somebody tweeted that he used to be doing the nay nay, and that was suspect. They said a grown ass man doing the nay nay. I was like, yo, he was doing the nay nay.
That's what I heard too. I heard. Also, I know somebody. I know somebody that I grew up.
Who does the nay nay?
Yeah, I know. I know a person I grew up with that's in the entertainment business for going on 30 years, and he see for himself that he said Dwight Howard was doing the butt.
He saw him doing the butt.
Doing the butt.
Well, he getting it in the butt now. So let's like, hey.
That was some years ago. And I know this person ain't lying because, like I said, he been in the entertainment business for 30 years. So I know he's not lying. And there's more than one person. I'm gonna tell you. And there's more than one person had told me, said, "Yo, like you remember your late father said he's Sweetwater. He's a big Sweetwater dog." I said, "Yeah."
Yeah, because one of the text message said, I think he was asking him on a text message, was his family aware that he liked men? Because he was showing the texts that they were having with each other. And I was like, wow, goddamn. And it was like, she even was like, well, let me tell you where I met him. She said she met him at, when she was at Wild 'N Out. She said she deal with a lot of celebrities, and she met him at Wild 'N Out, and he came in her DM, and that's how they started conversating. So he hit her up. She said they eyes made contact with each other. He came in her DM, and so that's how that started. It's crazy.
Hey, I don't even feel like to put out dessert after that. By another 20 something minutes. I don't feel like it. I really don't. Well, he's a sweet boy.
I'm laughing at you
Yo,
because I'm on his last one.
he's a sweet stick boy.
And he doing it raw with other men. That he going raw dog. That was on the video.
That's what
That
I'm
was
saying.
on the audio.
Yeah,
That he goes raw.
he's a sweet chocolate. He's a sweet chocolate stick boy. You know
That's
what I'm
sad.
saying?
I know he know his life. He probably think his life would turn out like this. Like, he thought he could keep it on a DL. But not with the internet, not with social media.
So we might as well say he likes the long one.
Nah, dude, this what you call literally ass out, man.
He's done. Right,
Literally.
he's done. He's done. And let me tell you, I was him. No, I can say I was him. I don't want to be like him because I love Strictly. Ain't nothing like a I'll keep repeating. But I'm saying he should retire. Because they
I know they're still playing. I know the man still play after this. Like, how you gonna show your butt up on the court now? Everybody know. I mean,
right, exactly. And I'm saying like that. He's a
gonna
poster. Right? I'm saying
them trying to block them, and you behind them.
right, and I'm saying you trying to post up. You trying to post some person, man? Nah, man, I ain't done. You can have the shot to like get your dunks on. I ain't not. You ain't backing me up like that because you look at that whole ready to get real happy.
Is he denying it?
Huh?
Is he denying it?
No,
is he
it's no
saying anything?
No.
I'm saying, dude, unless you got me on it, I'm gonna just say I'm gonna make up anything.
And he can't make it up. She got it on audio. Like
Hey, dude, no. If you don't have me, listen to what I'm saying. If you don't have me doing no sexual acts on camera, I'm saying that's not me. I'm lying about everything.
Well, he did say in one of the audios that wasn't him because she was like, "The white I heard you over here going raw with going to transgender or says she said he was going to transgender orgies and was doing it raw." And he was like, "What you talking about?" And she was like, "You know what I'm talking about, the white." She kept saying his name, and he was like, "I don't know, you crazy." And she was like, "I ain't crazy. You over here, you know what I'm saying? We was trying to be together and you're over here sleeping with other men without no protection and it's HIV out here and it's AIDS. This is all on audio." So I'm like, "Yo, why was you recording this conversation? What was your intentions from the
Motive.
beginning?"
Yeah.
So
did he
Black Native, so he actually going to roll did all.
Yeah. That's what she said. That's what she said.
but did he concede to any of that?
I haven't read anything else. I just went on her page. Said, "If you thought that transsexuals would keep secrets, you're crazy." I said, "When have we started going on social media exposing our ex-boyfriends for
Yeah.
the
Right.
world to see? That's grimy. It's messy and it's grimy."
Yeah, that's a
Even
little
if you got a
weird.
beef with her
Little
in her
weird
life,
right there.
she's in her life. So this was why she was putting it out there because she felt like her life was in like if something happened to her, this is what would transpire. So she just went from when they met, how they met, who's involved. She had the text message, she had the audios, and I was like, "What in the world?" This was and
That
everybody was just reading it. So
that's
now
grimy. The whole
it
it's
is.
grimy. Yeah.
Now I don't know if she did it to so like she said that somebody threatened her life. So this is so if something happened to her, this who had something to do with it, that type thing. But
Mm.
yeah.
I don't know what the out of it, but I know either way, lie, true or lie, it don't look good for him. That's for sure. True or lie, it don't even matter. Once you put that kind of thing out there,
Right, and audio,
it
he might as
doesn't.
well retire. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, bro? He might just retire. It's not gonna
I
look.
don't know, man. They might come to his aid, man. You know, LGT. They probably put the team out there for his aid, little support group, man. They pretty powerful lobby. They do some media for him or something, man, and maybe he get on a couple of talk shows. Everybody start loving him again, man.
Yeah,
Now,
because they had enough.
That's America. This is America, dog. You heard the song? This is America.
but check it out.
Didn't
How about now? Check it out. How about if he playing right? And he's playing, and then people gonna have these sticks with chocolate stick, and they gonna start throwing on the court.
what?
I can't say the word. The D stick, the chocolate sticks. Start with with the he know what I'm talking. Gab know what I'm
Talk about what are you what the
talking.
deep is? I don't know
D
what that is.
D. Start with all right. Start with a P.
Start with a P.
Yeah, the P stick, and then gonna
Oh,
stop.
is it a man thing or what? What is that? Do
Yes,
men use that?
but I'm trying to be PG and you work with
Well,
me.
I don't know. I don't know what
Gab
you're
know
talking
what I'm
about.
talking.
I
That's
don't
why.
know.
Yeah.
P sticks. I don't know what that is. Is that what? What something
Well,
men use or what?
where's it's on the man. I put it like that.
Oh, you talking about penis? Is that
Right,
what
with
you
the
think?
knocker, they probably throw it on the court. Hey, Dwight,
Oh,
this
the
gonna make
oh,
the play
talking,
harder.
oh, you talking about dildos?
Yeah, a little dildo.
Dildos? Is that what you wanted to say? Dildos?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to be, I was gonna get more graphic, but we gonna keep
Oh,
PG. Little
okay.
dildo.
Dildos. Okay.
Hey, Dwight, I know that make you done. Ah, oh, all right, yeah, Dwight, yeah, Dwight, yeah.
He too tall for that. Somebody got to stand on a ladder to reach his butt. I don't understand.
Super Fritz, if you want to get on the panel, okay, put your email in the chat, and I'm gonna try my best to get you on because I know Google Hangouts be acting funny. So put your email in the chat. I'm just saying. I think I have. Let me see. I don't think I have you. I don't think so.
But what wasn't it another gay professional basketball player that came out?
Yeah, a long
I
time.
Remember?
could have swore
Yeah.
it was.
And then he started wearing lip gloss. Like his lips started getting real shiny after he
Oh,
came out.
he was
He
part of the
had the
twin.
pink.
Yeah, he was part of the twin. I forgot the name.
I forgot him too, but I remember. I don't know if he's still playing or not. I don't know if he had
Nah,
then came out or if he was still
nah,
playing and then came
nah,
out.
nah, he ain't going. Nah, he ain't coming.
But then when he came out, he had on like lip gloss, and I was like, man, his lips shining more than mine. Like he had like it was like a cherry colored type of glossy lip gloss, and I was like,
Is it
oh,
Jason Collins?
yeah, I
Right. There you
know who it
go.
is. Yes. I remember that interview he did on CNN. His lips was popping. He had that shiny lip gloss like little baby, like babe, what's that? Little mama? My lip gloss be popping. I was like, yo, you just came all out. Now your lips popping. I hear you. But I mean, yeah, he came out, so maybe the White Howard need to just come out, where everybody already know now, so can't hide
Nah,
it.
dog.
Are you reading? Are you reading about the dude?
Yeah. Just looking at people like they roasting them out here.
Yes, they've been roasting him. I was part of the roast crew, and then I started thinking, I was like, man, that's kind of messed up that the way it happened, like on social media. And if you go to this woman's thread, I was just reading it. I was like, wow, I can't believe she did this.
If anybody else want to join the panel, Super Fritz, I'm gonna get you on right now. If anybody else want to join the panel, put your email in the chat, and I try my best to get you on. Yeah, that's. Oh boy, man, I can't believe. Yeah, the word I think you need to retire. I think you need. I think just leave and just play with the big chocolate toy.
Stop.
Okay. Nah, I got to get them, man. Yeah, you. Always know that you use a free layer sweet boy. I already knew that. You,
Mm.
you, you like to wear tights and all. I see you. Okay.
There's a couple of pro athletes out here looking kind of suspect now. I mean, they walking around with with spandex pants, and I'm like, okay, so when have like professional football players? But and one dude had a crop top. I was like, is that a crop top? He is like half of his shirt was cut off, and you could see his belly button. He a
Oh,
professional football player rocking a crop top. I was like, come on, y'all. That feminine stuff is just too much.
oh wow. All right, Super Fritz. Watch out for your link. Oh boy. I heard it was another shooting. Another person got shot by cops. Oh, always a lady. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, reliable. Thanks for showing up. Hey, what's up, Super Fritz? Let yourself known, brother.
Hold on for a second. I need to switch to my other mic. Hold, give me a minute.
All right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Stain of the shadows of love. I can't work. I can't wait till my stick to come.
You said speaking about this shooting. You talking about the guy that they thought was the guy that shot the two cops, and come to find out it wasn't him in the mall. I
Yes.
think it was a 26-year-old black man.
Yeah. Welcome, she stay sleep.
Hey, everybody. I
Peace,
can't.
BS1.
peace, everybody on the panel.
Hey.
Peace.
God, what's up, bro?
Chilling.
What's up, Black
Chilling.
Native? How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. She stay sleep. We just talking about sweet old chocolate stick boy, Dwight Howard.
Oh yeah. I did. I did one of my car rants
Yeah.
on him. Yeah, man. He always, to me, man, he always was kind of soft anyway. Like you,
Yeah.
you 7 feet tall, and you always goofy and smiling, and I just always I just any dude that act like that to me, I question their masculinity. Period. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
don't show no signs of firmness, you just always laughy and giggly and goofy, and I mean, come on, man. That's just me being a man. Like how you that big and you just so funny and goofy all the time. Like what is wrong with you? And you seen it in his game on the court. He never was really dominant. Like he couldn't dominate no guys his size. None of them. He was supposed to be the second coming of Shaq. He failed. So I'm not surprised that he like boys. I'm not surprised. Doesn't surprise me. And I believe like Black Native was saying, a lot of these pro athletes like men. A lot of them do. You could tell in they demeanor. They because you got some of them who are real, like I said, real goofy and sweet acting, and then you got other ones who are hyper masculine. Hyper masculinity is another form of dudes being homosexual too. Dudes that's always trying to act real tough. That's another sign of it too. So I'm not really surprised about Dwight Howard. I'm really not. Now, as far as him dealing with a blade boy, that's kind of shocking. Like, you know, I could see if he actually, you know, just dated a gay man, but a tranny, that's kind of crazy. Like, why would you why would you date a dude that want to be a girl? Like, I don't. That's weird. Like if you gay, just be gay. Like I don't understand that. Like, and look what happened to Young Buck. Same shit with Young Buck. And he going crazy on the internet trying to prove to everybody he ain't gay. You gay, dog. You like girls with penises. I mean, come on, dog. Just live your life, man. Like
Yo,
these
leave
dudes be trying to prove they still men. Like you're not a man. You are, like the trainee called Dwight Howard. He's a little bottom boy.
Yeah,
That's why I said that in my car rant.
exactly.
He's a bottom boy.
You was a bottom boy, so you like to park your car in the
Right.
second. You like to park your car and never leave the park.
Right. Little neutral boy.
Yes, man, that
He like
we
to
got
park
it.
his car in neutral. He's a
Right,
bottom.
you don't want to
He
come
likes to
out.
be right. He's the taker.
He's the taker.
Right, exactly.
Right. 7-foot taker.
So you was a
That's
7-foot
sad.
long boy, yo. You was a long,
Right.
you was a long jump over the middle hole boy. We understand that.
Yeah, Young Buck is the same way. And a lot of these rappers who be talking this gangster talk,
Right.
be on
See,
that type of time too. Like y'all not
right.
men. Like you're not gonna
What's
prove to me because you could rap about shooting people that you a man. Because a lot of them dudes don't be men. They play around with them, with them vampires.
exactly?
We from New York. You know how I get on 42nd Street late at night.
No
The
doubt.
vampires be out there. It be
out there.
bats and vampires
He's
out
coming
there.
at night, man. I'm trying to tell you.
And you liable to catch some people you would never expect to be out there at them times playing with them vampires.
I'm trying to tell you, man, they take you to 42nd Street on the west
Telling
side,
you.
on the west side highway.
It's real. It's
You get the
real.
long ones,
Them
man.
them vampires,
Medium and
them
all
bats,
like that.
them bats and them ghouls and them goblins,
the
they be out there.
Transgender
Right,
in Manhattan, 42nd Street. That was the first time I ever saw a man dressed up in a wig.
Telling you, it's real out there. It's real.
plunged out.
And I haven't lived in New York in like the past 6 years. When I go out there now, the bats be out there in the daytime. They out there in the daytime now. Like it used to be in the wee hours. Like they used to have them out there in the wee hours. Now it's common out there now in New York. Like you just walk around and they sleep on a train. You got homeless bats. You like it's crazy out there now. It's rampant. That shit is that transsexual shit is very, very rampant in New York now. I'm talking about rampant. Like that shit is like that shit is almost like an epidemic in New York, especially in Brooklyn and in the Bronx. That shit is an epidemic. Epidemic, man. Them people walk around, man.
It's crazy. Yeah, let me tell my food I made. I ate a little of it. It is about gone, but this is I made this yesterday, but this is spaghetti and meat sauce with some sauces in it, and the drink I made up going on 2 hours ago. I made this up. This is tea. On the inside is cinnamon honey and Mr. Boston's blackberry flavored brandy in it, and it tastes very good. Also, the blackberry brandy is also good for colds too. So if you have a cold and then you have some hot tea with it, you put a little of that breaks it up. But I flip it tonight to make it cold, so like that. Only the doctors could do that and everything, but I put a little too much of honey, but it's okay. But if it's like that, they'll put some more ice in it. They dilute a little bit, and it tastes good. So that's another drink creation I did. Super Fresh, what's going on, brother? Welcome back.
What's going on, Underrated? What's up, everybody on the chat? What's going on, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, Gab Talk Media?
What's up, bro? Good to see you again.
Yeah, what's up, bro? Yo, this whole situation. Here's the issue, though. Because there's always going to be backlash from the LG community. But why is it that they always have to quote unquote expose somebody if it's not a problem. You can't expose something if there's nothing wrong with it. See, subconsciously, that community knows what they're doing is wild. It's not normal. It's not natural. That's the reason why they always have to title it an expose.
Yeah.
Because see, you can't expose my activities if I'm with a woman. It's nothing to expose. It's no story there. It's not news. It's only news when it's some weirdo stuff going on. Same thing with Young Buck. Now he on the internet and he won't even address the situation anymore. He talking around the situation because he know he was wrong for that. And see, the difference is, well, I don't know about Dwight Howard. Young Buck had a full-blown relationship for many years.
How long ago did he get exposed? Because I didn't hear anything about this. Was this recently?
2 months ago. He got
Oh, okay.
actually. Let me rewind that. See, a lot of people missed this one. Young Buck was exposed a year ago. See, Young Buck had an ongoing relationship with his male hairdresser. Now, the hairdresser wasn't even a transgender. The hairdresser was just a real, like feminine type man. Now, he had the relationship with his hairdresser, and it was exposed on Star in the Morning. Well, Star from Star and Buck Wild. He had the whole story. He had the guy on the chat, and the guy had receipts. He had all the info. But see, nobody believed it because they was like, nah, Young Buck couldn't be doing that. There's no way in the world because he's too hard for that. But see, then this other transgender actually had a videotape of Young Buck and this person in an actual act.
Oh.
And so that was the nail in the coffin because Young Buck, of course, was trying to deny it. And then Young Buck went after the fact, was on the phone talking about, take it down. I'll give you $2,000. Just say it wasn't me. Say it was a lie. Say you made the story up. I mean, just real wild stuff. But then you go on Young Buck Instagram page, and he done disabled all his comments, and so we already know what time it is. But I think there's a lot more individuals that's really they dibbling and dabbling in that type of activity, and there's gonna be some more being exposed. I mean, we already seen some of in the past. Eddie Murphy got caught up. Who was that other guy? That one singer that got paralyzed. Bobby Valentino got caught. Bobby Valentino got caught with his pants down, literally.
Yes, in a hotel.
Yeah,
we already knew Bobby Valentino was like that, man. You could just tell he was kind of.
That's my man. I love Bobby Valentino music. I was like, no, say it ain't so.
Yeah, he in Atlanta, and he I don't know, man. Shout out to Atlanta.
Just know he wasn't singing to you, Black Native.
I know he wasn't. Like, oh my God, I used to play his songs. Remember, he used to be in a group. When Bobby Valentino first came out, he came out with a song called Blackberry Molasses. And I don't remember the group. Then he went solo. And then when that came out, I was like, oh, come on, seriously? This is the first time I'm hearing about Young Buck.
Oh, yeah. It was last year.
Oh, Young Buck?
Yep, last year.
But you know what, though? I tell you what, when Bobby Valentino, he went to, I think it was the BET Awards this one year. He had on this weird, he had on some high heels or platform shoes with this weird cream white outfit with gold buckles all over it. I said, oh, no. I know what type of time he on. I know what type of time Bobby got. So after that, I was like, nah, I got to leave him alone. But Young Buck, Young Buck, I don't know how you missed that one.
I missed that. I don't know. I don't understand how I missed it, but I miss Young Buck. That I saw something yesterday when they was dragging Dwight Howard. Somebody mentioned Young Buck, but I didn't pay no mind. I didn't know what the two had in common. What was the correlation between the two? Now you saying he didn't got caught twice.
Well, no. See, Young Buck. So apparently in Tennessee, where Young Buck is from, Nashville, what they call Cashville, is well known with young, because you can't hide what you do in your city. So his city, you already know. People from his city have already been putting out videos. That's what happened with him and Starlito. That rapper Starlito got into the issue because Starlito had kind of alluded to the fact that Young Buck was into that lifestyle, and so that's the reason why Young Buck, aggressively attacked him. But Young Buck has had 2 full-blown relationships. He had a full-blown relationship with a man, and then he had a full-blown relationship with a transgender man. So he had 2 full-blown relationships that we know about, not counting all the other little, side little, whatever stuff that he's been doing. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, he already fully gone now. He fully gone. I mean, just go to his Instagram page and you can see all his comments is disabled. He
So
don't
he's
really
on
want to.
Instagram no more. He took his
He on
page.
Instagram, but he disabled his comments, so you can't leave no comments on his page.
So he was getting dragged so bad he had to disable his comment section. He couldn't take
all of his posts. He disabled all of his comments. They was killing him. They was killing him.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like this. As a woman, a real woman, we have problems sometimes. We have issues with transgender men, and they go hard on us. Like they literally, they call us cis women. I didn't know what that meant. Cis, CIS. I was like, what is that? Because I was going hard on Twitter against them, and they were like, well, you cis women, which means natural women, competing with them for men. That's not cool.
Listen, I don't understand.
Still penis at the end of the day. Only thing you did was put on a wig and some heels. You still a dude.
This is what I don't understand. I work in healthcare, right?
Okay.
So even in healthcare, like at my job, we have people who come in who, purport themselves as being transgender. By our policy at our facility, we're supposed to refer to them as the gender they want to be considered to be. Now, here's the crazy part about it. You'll have somebody who comes in who's from that particular demographic, and maybe because they're sick or whatever's going on with them, they have scaled back the attention they pay to their personal hygiene. So you'll have somebody who you're supposed to be referring to as a woman with a full-grown beard. You understand what I'm saying? You see where the weirdness comes in?
Yeah.
Because they're in the hospital now, they're not shaving their face, they're not doing their makeup and all that stuff. And so but you're still supposed to be referring to them as a quote unquote woman. From my perspective, when we look at the evolution of healthcare and we look at the evolution of what you would consider mental health, a lot of things that we accept as normalities today were considered mental aberrations in years past. So if somebody were to go to a doctor right now and were to say, and this is a real phenomenon, you have people who consider themselves to be amputees, right? Even though they have all of their arms and legs, right? So they'll go to a doctor in the United States and they'll say, I don't feel like this arm is supposed to be here. I'm not making this up. I don't feel like this arm is supposed to be here. So they'll go to a doctor in the United States and say, can you remove this arm? And the doctor will be like, no, we can't remove that arm. That's unethical. I need to send you to a psychiatrist or a psychologist to get evaluated and treated because there's something mentally wrong with you, right? But they'll allow somebody to go to a physician and say, I don't feel like my genitalia should be here. I feel like I was born a woman. I want you to remove it. But they will do it. They will do it for that person and not consider it a mental health issue. But somebody wanting to remove their arm is a mental health is a mental health issue. You see, but previously and years ago, they considered homosexuality. That was actually considered an actual mental disorder. They considered transgender ideology as a mental health disorder because obviously, biologically, we can determine your actual sex. We can look at your actual chromosomes and you can see the XY chromosome. We can look at your actual physiology. We can look at the actual testicles that have descended. We can look at the ovaries and the fallopian tube. We know if somebody's a man versus somebody's a woman. But we will deny science in that regard just to appease a very small demographic and say, hey, okay, we'll go along with this. You're a woman, or, okay, you're a man. even though you were born something else. I mean, I just don't get it. Can you explain that to me, Black Native?
No, I can't explain it to you because I'm confused as well. I mean, as a real woman, it's an insult to women, to real women. Not all women can have kids, but I know a man don't have ovaries. I know a man don't have a fallopian tube, and I know a man never experienced menstrual cramps. So for you, for these men to pretend or in their mind think that they're a woman, and then they act out what they think a woman is supposed to, how she's supposed to behave, which is abnormal because a lot of them are really extra. Like they do a lot.
Caricature. It's the caricature.
Yeah, it's not like how actual women behave. I mean, they're loud. They're just it's just like, who are you emulating? Because most women don't behave in that manner unless they ratchet. But most women don't behave like that. And then it's an insult. Like, okay, so I said I want to see a tampon. I put that up. When you show me a tampon or you show me something feminine inside of your body, because my makeup and your makeup are different, then we have a discussion. Until then, you still a dude with a wig on. And they try to come at me, but no, you can't come at me because it's the truth. I had one on my job. She was real cool, but this is before they passed this law. She used to come in the female bathroom, and this guy was like 6'3". And I was like, is that legal? But then, they started, this was like maybe 2010 or 11. Then they started making laws where it was okay for men who felt like they were women to come inside a woman's bathroom, which is kind of dangerous because they could pretend to be transgender, and you could have your daughter in there, or you could be in there, and they could just be a real dude that has a wig on and just walked in the bathroom and, want to be a pervert. So they created these laws. Well, where I'm at, they don't have it. But I can't explain it. I can't explain it. And a lot of women say something about it, they attack us.
Well, I think it's just the
They
climate of the. Your audio
I'm
kind of
done.
cut out. Your audio kind of cut out. Can you say
Oh,
that again?
I was saying that they attack real women. They come at us and they attack us if we say something about them not being, you know, pretending to be real women. They come at us and call us homophobic. Um, the lady guilt trip on us. I'm a black woman, so I'm at both levels of what you would consider. Um, Not, I don't know how you would say it, minority. I'm a woman and I'm a black woman, so you can't come at me and I'm not gonna feel guilty about how I feel. Like, I don't know, but they'll come at you if you say anything about it. But they always try and expose people and put people out there on Front Street and embarrass people, and that's the problem I have when they do that to other men.
Well, again, it's because subconsciously they know that the behavior that they're engaged in is abnormal. That's the concept of exposing something. You're exposing something that's hidden. So if it's hidden, why is it hidden? It's hidden because it's not normal. And I think that everybody, whether or not they want to admit to it, they understand, even biologically, even if you're not a religious person and you don't subscribe to the traditional concepts of morality, you can look at things from a scientific standpoint, from a biological standpoint, from a rationality standpoint, and you can say that a man and a man or a woman and a woman can't actually procreate. So it's not normal when we look at actual, our counterparts of lower life forms. We don't see the prevalence of homosexual activity. We don't see the prevalence of transgenderism. Because
Hmm.
it's not natural and it's not conducive to a particular species survival. It's counterproductive, and it's just not natural. Now, as far as somebody wanting to practice their particular beliefs and desires, I'm not here to bash anybody as far as that, or I'm not here to persecute or say that, hey, you should go attack somebody because of their particular sexual preference. But I'm just trying to come at it from a rational standpoint and use logic and just say, hey, you guys are trying to expose people because you guys think there's something wrong with what it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So quit trying to have people accept what it is that you're doing when you can't even accept it yourself. Obviously,
Yeah.
you don't accept it because you're trying to expose people. So why
Yeah.
are you getting mad at other people for not respecting your quote unquote lifestyle? You don't even respect your lifestyle.
They don't. Because what real was, I mean, a real woman, yeah, she'll try to, is she a side chick, she might try to come and blackmail a man for money, or she pregnant, she might try to hold that over his head if he's married, something like that. Women will do petty stuff, catty stuff like that, but when you got men up here, literally, this guy literally had a whole thread. I mean, it was ridiculous. And I was like, I can't believe he just put this man business out here like that, where everybody knows now. And
But see, we can't excuse Dwight Howard and Young Buck and everybody else because it's no way in the world these guys didn't know that what they were getting into. They knew that these were not real women. They knew that for a fact.
I understand what you're saying, brother, and you right about that. But this is what I'm saying: what goes around comes around, and I'm gonna tell you like this: the way how this media is that Black Native was talking about, and before you came in, she says it came in, what Gab was talking about. These people could be exposed too, and I'm gonna tell you like this: they ain't gonna like it. I am not excusing Dwight Howard Young Buck. Trust me, I am not. But I'm saying like this, it's like this though. You rattle that cage. Be expected how it is. Somebody else gonna rattle that cage. How you gonna like that? And again, not excusing what Dwight Howard and Young Buck say, but I want she stay asleep. And Gary, I want you to get into the fact, get to it. And I'm going to switch the subject at 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to bring my dessert out.
Well, I'm gonna say this real quick. Is I totally agree with what Super Trez is saying, and also you can tell that these guys were paying these transsexuals to be with them too.
Yeah.
That's another reason why they was able to be exposed, because if they were just in a relationship, it would be nothing to really expose at the end of the day. So they was also paying for these dudes to be quiet.
Yep.
That's another thing. They was paying those dudes to not come out on them because they have a reputation to uphold, which is to look masculine in front of the world, but really be feminine in private.
Right.
And they was paying them dudes to not bring that stuff out. That's why you seen Young Buck also trying to offer the dude money to just say everything was a lie and it all was made up. Because at the end of the day, they've been feeding them dudes money. So we can't forget that fact either. That them dudes was paying them to be quiet and to keep this thing on a hush.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't forget about Mr. C though too. Mr. C. We ain't forgot about him.
Oh yeah. That's back in the 80s, right? Yeah, when me she said no about Mr. C because we him from Brooklyn, so he's a fun boy. Travel to bus and train to train. He's one of the first to take the train to the plane, motherfucker. Yeah.
What's up with Bambaataa too? I'm hearing about Bambaataa now.
Oh, that is another conversation.
Chief, stay asleep. What's going on in New York? I'm on the West Coast. I don't know what's going on the East Coast. What's going on in New York?
Oh well, Bam. As far as Bambaataa, man, that was, this is some stuff that's been going on for since I was little. You know what I'm saying? But
word, okay,
yeah, but he basically ran a sex cult.
Right.
The Zulu Nation is pretty much a cult that and he was using the fact that he was the creator of hip hop, quote unquote, because a lot of people say he didn't start hip hop, but he's the poster boy for it, and he was using his fame and his money, you know, back in the late 70s, early 80s, and he was molesting a lot of little boys. And one of his victims, he's famous on YouTube now. You could go check him out, Hassan Campbell. He was like one of Bam Bada's, you know, bottom boys.
Really? Now I've seen Hassan on Sonetter TV.
Yeah. He's one of Bam's bottom boys.
Oh
And
wow, wow, wow. That's
he
wow.
he he
That's crazy.
he pretty much, you know, exposed everything about how, you know, Bam used to molest him and all of that, but out his own mouth, he basically, you know, proved and admitted that as he got older, he started to accept it because of the things that Bam used to give him. You know, Bam used to, he had a job because of Bam, and you know, he got to hang out with all the good rappers from back in the day, and you know, he was basically saying that, you know, he even brought other boys for Bam to sleep with.
Oh
You
whoa,
know,
that's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he basically ran us. The Zulu Nation is pretty much a sex cult that people like to call an organization, but it was all started by a sicko named Africa Bambaataa, who's a pederast who molested little boys from when they was little because he used to take care of a lot of people's families, you know, in the Bronx back in them days, you know, because back then, you know, a lot of people in the projects was on drugs. A lot of people was you know, drunks, and they used to Bama pay your rent, but you got to send your little boy over to the house, you know.
Yeah.
So that's just, you know, that's what's going on with Bam. But if you go to Hassan Campbell's channel, he'll pretty much give you the whole rundown on it. But
Right.
he haven't been really talking about it no more because he pretty much exposed himself. But that's Bam's spill.
Yeah. And go more. Chief say sleep point. Also, I'm from New York and everything. And also, Bam Bam had went through some rappers, also been part of the Zulu Nation. That there are some people that back in like in the late 80s, early 90s that have been alleged, but throughout the years, it came true. So, so you gotta understand that this transport that she say Sleep was talking about um been going on for a minute. And a lot of rappers don't want to talk about it because that is like left a stain like in the 80s and stuff. But let's say Bam Bam, you know, like the Soul Train line, he had the Zulu Nation line, and he was the leader, and he went to cart to cart.
Yo, we get black native. We getting feedback from your audio. Your audio kind of loud. It's giving us feedback.
So that like she states, you know, I'm a little older, so you know, by seeing that and witness that, that leaves us sick, and you know, a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it left a stain on hip hop, a big stain on hip hop too. It happens today, right now, you know, and it's real sad, you know. But before we get to Jill Scott, I need 6 ones that who wants to see my dessert. 6 ones. That's one. After that, we're gonna talk about Jill the Liquor Scott. I'm sorry. I mean Jill Scott. I'm sorry.
Jill Scott.
Yeah, Jill Scott. That's 2. And Squire, thanks for coming back. That's 3, 4. John Doe, welcome. Thanks for coming, bro. That's 5. Now, can I get 2 more, please? 2 more ones. That's 6. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got. Yeah, I call this the Jill Scott special. This is. She don't have to lick the mic on this one. She can lick all day with this. You can lick a lot on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Jill. Come on, Jill. Let me put the little spoon up in there, family. Let me explain that. Here you go. The Jill Scott special. All sweetness in you one. Yeah, this is cookies and cream. This is Oreo doubles all around. In the middle of stuff, my own creation. The Jill Scott. Jill, you can take
It's crazy, man.
Why you gotta call it the Jill Scott?
Yeah, this nigga is crazy, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, Jill, got spoon for you too. You can dip it right in like that. That mic was a little too big for me, but it's all right. This is the Jill Scott.
Hey, that don't look good right there, though, dog.
It sure do. It look good. So I'm not.
Why you calling it the Jill Scott, bro? This nigga is nuts.
When I was not, this is a true story, family. Don't lie. You're only going to get it from the darkness. Darkness don't lie. It's a true story. When I was making that, when I was taking the cookies and cream, I was gonna put something else, but I said, you know what I was doing the cookies, and I said, damn, I know Jill Scott would tell. No, I ain't gonna keep PG, but Jill Scott, y'all want you to come lick this, and I said, that's Jill Scott, cause I know Jill Scott would look on this again. See, you put that thing, I see, yeah, you want this, don't you? Yeah, you know, get a little dippity dip, and you know, just lick it. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you don't have to pay for it. It's not, you can get free licks all night. Let me show it again. See, there's a lot of ice cream there. Some cookies in there. You can babysit this. Because Jill Scott did not babysit that mic. So we're gonna talk about it. But you know, you can babysit on this one. Now my question is, there are some sisters that actually say they did not like what Jill Scott did on that mic. And first thing I'm gonna go on down the line. Black Native, how do you feel about it? Now let me take a good look at this dessert now. It's racing. Oh,
okay. Look, let me say something about your dessert. It looks righteous.
Oh, you see?
That look good. Little Oreos with the little vanilla ice cream with the chocolate. It looks like a microphone. But Jill Scott, I didn't have a problem with Jill Scott because, first of all, Jill Scott always, if you listen to Jill Scott music, her music has always been sexual.
Right.
She's she's a female. She expresses herself sexually. All of her music has always been sexual. So, I mean, apparently people weren't listening to Jill Scott's music because I listened to her music. One of her songs, she's talking about she want to kiss him everywhere on his body. So, and that's one of her songs. So I didn't have a problem with it. Why can't a woman be sexual? What's the problem? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You want?
I don't get it. There, that's the body right there. I don't know. You know,
I'm like women are frigid, so why she can't be sexual? I'm just saying.
I don't understand it either. But let me point this in. There's a nice body that you
got to get my phone up. My phone going dead.
Now, man, you could do nice things if you was a significant one. I'm not trying to corrupt your mind, but they look. Good woman, like, yeah, you can do things with it. I'm saying. I'm just trying to help out. That's part of it, trying to help out.
Charging my phone.
That's all I'm saying.
What you think, Gab? What you think, Gab? Oh, what you talking about? Jill Scott? Nah. Hey, dude, I was talking to my wife about it, man. I thought it was over the top. She got some songs that deal with that topic right there. But I think I was still taken aback by it because she had a certain kind of she's not known for that. Her music might have some of that in it, but I think people see Jill Scott as like a more of a classy style artist, more jazzy with it. And I think she just threw everybody off, man. At the end of the day, it's her reputation, is what she wanted to do. I actually think she was trolling a little bit for that attention. And then sometimes people reach an age, man, where they just say, look, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna say what I want to say and express myself how I want to express myself. And and I just think that's how I come off. You take it how you take it. I'd have been mad if my daughter was with me.
That's yeah. That's
Yeah. Not that bad, but I'd have told her, hey, look, put your head down. Close your eyes. No. But
well, you know what?
It,
I was gonna show the dessert again, but respect your family, I ain't gonna do it.
Oh no, I'm good.
I got respect. I got respect for you.
Nah, go on, show the John one more time.
I'm gonna show it again, brothers. If you're in the doghouse right now, take a good look at this. You will not be in the doghouse, brothers. Listen what the doctor's telling you. I'm trying to take you off the couch and back to happy home. Sacred. That's all I'm trying to do. And sisters too. Take a good look at this. If I can make it, you can make it too. Sheep stay asleep.
I was gonna ask what you think, Super Trez. Then I go, bro. What you think, Super Trez?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let
well, I think first and foremost, I think that just as humans, we all are multifaceted. So you may have, a certain, type of conduct in certain contexts, but then a different context, you may have a different energy too. So I think this is probably just a facet of Jill Scott that we probably just haven't seen before. So as far as the actual appropriateness of it, I'm not sure what the venue was, but if it was an adult only venue, or if it was a primarily adult venue, then I really don't see a problem with it. As far as the actual implications for our community, I mean, obviously people are going to use anything that they perceive or that can be perceived as negative against us as Black people. But, it comes to a point in time where we got to say, we don't care what people think, just do us. And, I really don't think it was all that big of a deal. I think it was just who it was coming from that surprised a lot of people because they didn't expect it from Jill Scott. They probably would expect it from somebody like Rihanna or something like that. But the Jill Scott, who it was coming from, that was more of the issue. But I've never perceived Jill Scott as like some type of, spokesperson or some type of, role model or anything like that. And I think we should really consider entertainers in that particular light. Their primary purpose is entertainment. And Jill Scott is getting older, so her market share in the actual business and industry is getting considerably smaller because let's be honest, as a woman ages, she loses her ability to be marketable. And it's like there's a constant influx of younger, more attractive women coming in. And we all know that talent doesn't matter anymore, not in this day and age. We got Iggy Azalea, 100% phony, no talent. And guess what? She stays in the limelight because of antics and shenanigans. So now Jill Scott probably thinking about, you know what? Is this what it takes to stay on? Okay, I got some antics and shenanigans too. And that's what we see. We see antics and shenanigans. But until we as the consumer, you know, stop feeding into it, we're gonna continue to see it in the future. But it's entertaining. People are gonna tune in. So guess what? We're gonna see a lot more of it.
I, I um I think you and Gab got good points. I just feel like what I've been seeing a lot on YouTube, and I did a car rant about this earlier. What I think is I think a lot of people have a problem with it because it's her. And what people do is when they listen to your music or when they listen to the songs that's put out there by you, which like is on the radio or you can see her videos and stuff like that, they categorize you and they put you in a box. And I think they did that with Jill Scott. Like you said, they never expected that from her. But we could say the same things about Erica Badu. She's freaky as hell. And she's conscious and she tells people to eat right and she's this conscious woman. But just because you're conscious or just because you know you exude some form of class doesn't mean that you cannot be sexual. And I feel like they shouldn't do that to Jill Scott. And what I really think a lot of people have a problem with Jill Scott doing that is because of her weight. She's not she's not the prototype that most of these other female artists are. She's a bigger woman. So they think if you a bigger woman, you supposed to have more class. You're not supposed to be as sexual as the smaller women.
Mm-hmm.
And that's wrong. Big women got the right to be sexy has nothing to do with size. Sexiness is an attitude. It's a certain form of confidence. And I think they're trying to put Jill in a box because of that. Because if she was 120 pounds like Rihanna, they wouldn't have no problem with her doing that. They wouldn't have no problem with her getting up there and twerking. But because she's a bigger woman, they expect her to have more clothes on. They expect her to not be as sexual. And I've been to a Jill Scott concert. She's extremely sexual. She the concert I was at, she was actually doing erotic poetry in the middle of her songs. She creates poems on the things she like to do to her man.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that. And I
exactly.
believe all women should be able to express their sexuality if it's in the form of being sexy, not in the form of being thottish. She wasn't
Yeah.
being a thought with it, you know. She was being sensual and she was expressing herself. And I don't feel like nothing is wrong with that. I just feel like they putting Jill in a box because she's a BBW.
Mhm.
If she was a smaller woman, none of these people on YouTube I have a problem with Jill did
Mhm.
because they don't have a problem when Beyonce shaking her ass. They don't have no problem with Rihanna shaking her ass.
Mhm.
They don't have no problem with that. So what's the problem with Jill showing off what she's good at?
Right.
I don't see no problem with it. And the fact that she's a performer, it makes even more sense. She's performing, she's putting on a show. Nobody complains when Chris Brown up there shaking his penis in women's faces.
Yeah.
Nobody say nothing about that. Nobody said nothing about R. Kelly and his
Right. Put one
nut
in the
ass.
mouth
He
too.
was just on stage. He was just on stage licking these women towels when they was wiping his face off. Like, nope, nobody says nothing about this. Oh, but because it's Jill Scott, she has to tone back her sexuality. Why? Why? I
Can I
don't
add?
I I,
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I think
Can
I
I
did.
add?
Oh, my fault. My fault. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, and that's exactly how I felt like because she's a plus size woman. I'm a plus size woman. I feel I'm sexy. I mean, just because you are a certain size doesn't mean that you shouldn't have confidence. Her music has always and I also write poetry. One of her songs is called You Just Ran Across My Mind. Listen to the lyrics of that song. She's talking what she wants to do to her man. And I feel like you said, anybody else they would let it fly. And I'm saying, but she's a sexual being. She's a sexual woman. Why can't she express that part of her? What's the problem? She's an adult. R. Kelly, I saw it. They was wiping his tongue. He was like, lick, bite my tongue. Then somebody tried to squeeze his balls. Then he said, whoa, back up. Come on, R. Kelly, really? You got standards now? So, yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I watched the video. I didn't see nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
I felt like it just caught me by like way by surprise because I had never been to a show. And so
Mm-hmm.
when I thought of Jill Scott, I just always seen her as something else because I had never seen that. I've seen what Beyonce does by way of television screen. I ain't been to a concert. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen what the rest of these people do. So
Mm-hmm.
when I saw it, it just like damn, I didn't even know Jill get down like that. But I didn't like get all rap, like that don't make no damn sense. I didn't, it didn't affect me that way.
Yeah.
It's like it's a grown lady on the stage. I was like, oh damn, me and my wife was like, damn, we ain't know that you did
Were y'all at the
that.
concert?
That's all, you know.
Yeah,
And
you
when
got to listen to music.
yeah,
Listen to her.
yeah,
But
You was used to that. Let's take a all long walk around the park,
yeah,
Jill.
right,
They all look good.
carry flowers and all that. That's what you know, like walk hand in hand. But see,
yeah.
but see, go more on she stay sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to say this. You know when R. Kelly and Bobby Brown the concert, ladies, the ladies actually used to talk to the mic. You know what I mean? They used to zipper and actually talk to the mic in the back. Come on, people don't like to hear the truth. It's true. They go talk to the mic while they in the stage, and they talk to the mic. Then also what Jill Scott is doing, is something wrong. But if it's a adult atmosphere, so what's wrong with that? Now we see that other entertainers do worse than that. Now I'm gonna tell you, I went to a Bobby Brown concert in Madison Square Garden in '91, and I was like towards the middle, so I got some pretty good seats. I actually see a white girl push it out and he put in the mouth, talk to the mic, and everybody ain't saying nothing about it. And then he was continually put it in the mouth.
Yo, bro. Come on, bro.
All right.
Come
No,
on,
but
bro.
I gotta be honest because
Come on, bro.
I'm being and it's I mean say that, but I'm saying, and I seen it myself. I seen it myself. So people, if she do all like that, and it's a adult atmosphere, and like I said, you gotta understand, the way how this entertainment business is right now. They had a lot of young people don't have no talent, no charisma, and no nothing. And just gotta do what she gotta do. What she gotta do. And it's and I'm just saying that you're gonna be fair, because these young entertainers, a lot of them, they like to take it from the bottom too in these days. And then, but see, I ain't said the people in the panel. Now I ain't talking about the people in the chat, but we don't want to talk about that one in the outside. And they constantly taking it from the bottom and got the nerve to make romantic songs. Why you still get stuck in the parking lot? So
I
to
saw
me,
a Tank. I saw a Tank concert, and Tank had this girl up there. She was a big chick. She looked like she weighed about maybe 500 pounds. He was hitting it from the back on the stage at his
Yeah,
concert.
yeah.
He
Tank
was
love them big women.
yes,
he
you do.
was Nah, she was big. I was like, okay, nah, he couldn't handle all of that, but I mean, all that it was just too much, and he was hitting it from the back. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that. Come on,
Nah, I saw Tank before too. Those the women he
you saw,
grabbed. He grabbed them type of
oh
women. He grabs those type of women. He do.
yeah,
He go grab the biggest one.
yep.
He do. He do. He do.
I saw that. I saw his concert, and he did. That's exactly. He was hitting her from the back. She was bent over, and he was hitting her from the back. I was like, oh, okay. So I mean, yo,
But I love Jill Scott, man. Jill Scott is beautiful.
Yes, she
When I
is.
saw her concert, man, she puts on a great show. Like she really does. And when I saw her show, she was like the main act. She was performing for about a good hour and a half. She puts on a great show. If y'all really, and I'm not telling the fellas to go see her now because what she did. Don't get me don't I ain't saying that. But if y'all want to see a good show, man, she's a great performer.
Yeah.
And she keeps the crowd entertained. Go there, because when I went there, I went with a female friend. Go there with your girl or a female friend or your wife. I believe a lot of guys will enjoy the show. And she also breaks down when she wrote the song, how she feel about it and all of that. She's a great performer, man. You definitely won't be disappointed going to a Jill Scott show, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's good. All right. Super Fritz.
Yeah, man. I think everybody pretty much touched on it. It's a tough industry, and in order to stay relevant in the music industry, you have to stay relevant in all aspects of media, including social media. So she has to have some type of gimmick, antic, or shenanigan that resonates with the younger group, younger demographics on social media. So this definitely got some attention, got her name out there, and I think it was all part of the plan. And moving forward, we're going to see a lot more stuff like this because this is just the climate that we're in, where antics supersedes talent, supersedes content. Like nowadays, you hear more about the story behind the artist than the artistry itself. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, personally, I hope women take heed of her particular performance and take some notes. That's a different
yeah,
story.
Take no
That's a
slips.
good point. That's a good point too, bro, because I know with all of the views that one little clip got, her show price done went up.
Oh
So
yeah,
you got a point, bro. Her show price definitely went up. And you got a point too, as far as the fact that she's getting older, and not just that, her genre of music, neo soul, is pretty much dead.
yeah.
Like what neo soul artists are really out there and that's really popular? Like all of the neo soul artists that people listen to nowadays been out for like 10, 15 years.
No
yeah.
nuance.
There's no new ones. It's like neo
Devon,
soul is pretty much done.
Raheem Devon just came out with a new album 2 weeks ago.
He did?
You did?
Yes, he did. Because
Man.
that's all I listen to
Yo,
is neo soul.
I like him too. I like him
Yeah, I
too.
liked Raheem Devon too.
He just came out with a
Raheem
new.
Devine is not a new artist. Where are the
Right.
new artists that's breathing life into the genre?
Yeah.
Neo soul.
Because
You
he
see what
left.
happened to what's his name? The one that tried to bring the New Jack Swing back.
Who?
That the one that's like half Filipino and the one
Bruno?
that
Oh,
be
you
dancing.
Oh, Bruno.
you
Bruno
talking about
Mars?
Gap?
Yeah, Bruno Mars, right?
Mars.
Oh, Bruno Mars.
He
Oh,
made a little bit of noise, but it don't matter about his music until he start doing some shenanigans on social media. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like they had his music out for a little bit, but now I don't even hear it no more. Like I go to the gym, I don't hear his music in the gym no more.
Mm.
Because nowadays it's like the consumption of music is so fast. Like you hot and you only got maybe like 2 weeks where your music is in rotation, then they on to the next one.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's why Nicki is pretty much a has been. Cardi B took her spot.
Yep.
Yep, but
It's
that's
over for Nicki. It's over.
Done. It's done.
Hey,
they did
Cardi
that
B,
on.
Cardi B almost out of there too. She better be careful. She almost out of there. I hope she's saving her money
I hope
because
she is
it's a
too.
matter of time for the next one to come and take her spot.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like a revolving door.
That's a good point, man. With this streaming stuff, man, it's like you could be here today, going tomorrow. But Cardi, what's keeping Cardi alive is she's pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps dropping, and she's dropping good songs. Like she haven't dropped the song yet that was a flop. She hasn't made, and this how I know the people that's behind her is smart too, because
Yeah.
she's
That's the
dropping
key.
singles. Her singles that she's dropping is all topping the charts. All her
Shit's
singles
fire.
is fire. All
But
of
the
them.
key
All of
is
them is on the charts.
the
All
key
her
is
singles.
everybody on this panel, I would imagine, is at least over 30. So when we look at the actual music that we consumed when we were younger, it was a much higher quality of music. I don't care what Cardi B puts out today.
Fact.
Anything she's putting out right now, if she were to put it out 20 years ago, it wouldn't go anywhere.
It'd be
It wouldn't go
trash.
anywhere.
Facts. That's a
But so
fact.
we understand that the reason why is not because of her actual skill level and talent, it's because of the machine behind her. And then you have to look at the relative atmosphere of people that are putting out music is relatively low. There's no competition. Everybody else is trash too. So
Yeah.
wanna
of course she's
interject.
going to rise to the top. She's just marginally better than her peers, but she has the machine behind her. So that way they can link her with production that's going to resonate with everybody.
I want
Because
to
that's what's
interject.
carrying her production. And she don't write her own content. She's replaced. Cardi B is replaceable.
She got
Cardi B is
ghostwriter.
replaceable.
Yeah, but what it is though, like it's the machine, but she knows how to sell it, and I think you got to marry the two. I think the
Facts.
machine might be the biggest part, but she definitely sells it better than most would, and that's what keeps you in there. The person that can sell the machine to the people the best,
And
whether
how do
she
you sell?
knows,
How do
whether
you
she
sell it to the people that control the machine? Through your exploits on social media. That's
yeah.
the avenue. That's the lane. Now you got to get your social media popping, and then say, "Look, this is how many followers I got. This is how I got them." That's what Tekashi 6ix9ine did.
You got to connect with the people. Yeah, it's your swaganometry, man.
Yeah.
That you mix with it.
Say
That
that one more time. It's the what?
swaganometry.
Swaganometry. Okay, we heard it
Yeah.
first from Gab Talk Media.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's Young Thug.
Okay. Okay.
I know y'all mad with me for that one.
Right.
But
But
yeah,
why did they only have one female rapper at a time? This is what kills me. Like Nicki was the only one for like 10 years. And they pretty much threw her out with the bathwater and brought Cardi in as her replacement. Now it's just really Cardi and Nicki. And if you listen to the radio, they'll play Nicki's song, and right behind her, they'll play Cardi.
yeah, Nicki
Back to
ran
back.
that thing.
And go more on your point on Black Native. You don't hear nothing from Rod Digger.
Nah, she not in the
Phone
runnings. She not in the runnings with them. Not with this new thing happening.
You're not talking about skill wise, right?
Skill, I don't think I can say skill wise. I think it's more having to do with what this industry is looking for. It's appeal on a couple of different fronts with the people. It definitely ain't skills or all skills right now. It's not. It's
That's
not
a
all
fact.
skills. Yeah.
That's a fact. It's definitely about. It's about
Brand.
it's about your brand, and if it's your appeal. Can you appeal
Right.
to the youth?
Right.
Music is it's about the youth. So if you can't, Rod Digger cannot appeal to no young girls right now.
Nah.
And the
She
young
got
and
us.
she got us right, because like Super Triz was saying, when we was listening to music back in our time, it was about talent. It was about that. And that's and see, that's what I like about Remy. Remy is smart because she remained relevant in a whole nother way.
Yeah, she did.
She's selling her music by her brand, and her brand is not represented by music. She's
Right.
doing a lot outside of music. She's almost like a female activist, almost. She's doing a lot of political type of stuff. And with her promoting black love, her and Papoose, she's doing a whole lot of other things to make herself appeal to people. And she's not trying to run that rat race no more. She's not trying to do that. She's not trying to compete with the Cardis and the Nickies. She's not trying to do that.
Right.
She know that she's an older woman now, and she what she's doing is she's using her brain. She's like, listen, I know what these young girls like. I'm not gonna be up here shaking my ass. So I'm not gonna sell sex. And Remy never sold her sex appeal.
Nah.
Well, this is the sexiest we've saw Remy. Since she came home, I've never saw Remy really in makeup and in
Right.
skirts and stuff like that. But she's selling it in a whole nother way. And I love that about Remy. And this is why Remy is successful, you know, outside of music. And this is why she's still relevant, because relevance is always a thing now too. Like Super Triz said, man, you got like a 2 week gap.
Facts.
You know what I'm
She got
saying?
skills
So
too. Remy got
right,
skills.
Remy's nicer than all of them. Remy's nicer than Remy. Remy's nicer
Facts.
than Nicki. She's better than Cardi. She's nicer than all of these female rappers lyrically, but the way she remains relevant is something else. She's doing other things. And like you said, bro, it's the branding. And she's branding herself outside of music. And that plays a big part too. Because that'll make somebody buy your music. Like, oh, I love, like she sold a lot of records just off promoting Black Love with her and Pap. People love they reality show, Meet the Mackies. They love the fact that her and Papoose is so in love. That'll make people buy your music just off of that. So that's another thing that can keep you relevant and help you sell records too. That's why Cardi B is such an anomaly, because she's one of the first people from reality TV to really blow up like that. People really brought into her story on Love and Hip Hop. And she's big because of that now. She's big because of that. And she's given a lot of hope to a lot of young girls
Who you talking about,
that come
Cardi?
from her background.
You talking about Cardi B?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, how you feel about people that be like not liking her because like she get a lot of hate too. I look at these young artists as like really like just young people trying to come up. I don't count them in as like necessarily like a part of some conscious movement. Hold on one second.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
Yeah, yeah. And so I understand like what her image is promoting, and we know that that's part her and part the brand that's helping to push her that way, or the industry that's backing her to push to keep this whole thing going in a certain direction, which is I have to admit the whole thing is degenerate right now. Almost all of it is degenerate. I'm because I'm just a hip hop fan. I'm always gonna find something in it that I like, and I'm gonna rock with it. Um, I just will notate that hey, that's not best for the culture. That's not best for where we trying to go as a people. And but I don't go out here and make constant diss videos trying to blame hip hop for all our problems. Who wants to weigh in on that?
well, I think that when we look at, say, for instance, Cardi B and the actual resentment that she gets from the quote unquote black community, hip hop community, partly because she's Dominican, and you know, you guys are from the East Coast, so you guys understand the dynamics between Dominicans and blacks, how they adopt certain aspects of black, what you would consider black culture, but they don't necessarily consider themselves black, but they say certain things, like for instance, the word nigga, and in the context that they use it in, and that kind of upsets people. People were upset about Cardi B for her usage of the word. And but we have to understand that's part of the reason why Cardi B is so successful, because she has a ethnically ambiguous appearance. And we understand that as a black woman, say Remy Ma tried to occupy that lane and be the quote unquote ratchet sex symbol, she wouldn't be nearly as popular just for the fact that she's black. Now, when we look at Cardi B and Remy Ma, Cardi B isn't any more attractive than Remy Ma is. Remy Ma is very attractive, but because she's black, a dark-skinned black woman, that's not going to resonate with the masses, because we have to remember a large majority of the consumers of hip-hop music are not even black. Most of the people that consume hip-hop music are white. And when we look at even the overseas consumption of music, that's who a lot of rappers, especially these older hip-hop artists, the only reason why they eat is because the overseas market, Europe and Australia, that still continue to listen to music from artists who are not considered relevant here in the United States.
I heard that.
So,
Yep.
so you got to look at that from that particular perspective. When we look at, you know, the actual antics and shenanigans of somebody like Cardi B that supersedes music, you know, it's not necessarily the African American community that's co-signing, even though there are some constituents of our community that is. You know, we have to look at the other people who kind of look at, you know, Cardi B, and they're like, this is what they want to see from somebody who represents the culture. They want to see the ratchetness. They don't want to see a classy black woman up there.
Mm-mm.
Right. You have to fit that actual stereotype, you know, in order for somebody to buy into your brand who's not part of the community.
I'm looking at it like I love these artists, man. Their raw talent, their ability to make something out of almost anything, man. They can take anything from the street that they doing and make something out of it and express themselves in this thing that we call hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So um I'm very cautious how I go after that genre because of the power that's in it. What I do say is I wish that I could set all of the youngins down and say, hey man, keep doing what you're doing, but can you make 25% of your music be this? You see what I'm saying? Can you
Feel you
can you can
100%.
you yeah, I'm saying this year. Can we get 25%? Can we get 10% of your music to cover this year?
I feel it.
Next year, can we get 15? But can we? I would love to nudge it so that it becomes something that is utilized like it was in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? To actually wake folks up, because I remember, man, I didn't know what Rakim was talking about, but I was loving it. I ain't know nothing about no 85%. I ain't know nothing about what he was talking about, but it sounded crazy to me. Like I was feeling it. And I walked into the understanding later on. And that made me respect these dudes even more. I don't know what the dudes in New York was feeling. If I was feeling it down DC, where we rock go-go, I didn't like rap music at first. It took me a while. I think Crush Groove made me like rap music. You know, after I saw a movie, which speaks to the power of hip hop all by itself, because hip hop got us into movies.
Godfather of go-go music.
Oh yeah, Chuck Brown. Oh yeah, yeah. We was on that hard down here, but I began to like it. So I love like the New York dudes. Y'all need to speak on that, man.
Well, well, I could say this, that by me born and raised in New York, it was always competition. But at the same time, there was a cultural awakening
while they was hearing soul music and they was putting their own emphasis on it. Now, I didn't mean to switch the subject and everything, but I really believe that soul music and hip hop had lost the opportunity to combine it together and to make it a structure, and at the same time, culturally, and at the same time, economically. And I think that that's one of the factors that sometimes we don't like to talk about. And so, you know, when you got throughout the years that people, then you got to understand that's when when I'm talking right now, we're talking years later. That's when the South. That's when you got some brothers from like Eric Sermon, Paris Smith. They was one of the first ones that went to the South, and they started bringing their own thing down there. And that's when little by little the South has, you know, I'm not gonna say they didn't have hip hop down there. Yeah, they had hip hop. That's when so you hear like some of the New York flavor, and then they combine it with the down south flavor and stuff like that. But at the same time, New York was suffering. We don't have our own music no more. You know, anybody could talk about New York if they want to. Now, the Wu-Tang Clan have represented New York, yes. And for me, it's like you got someone they coming back, but to me, you got a lot of New York rappers right now. They just want to go to other parts of the United States, and they don't even want to think about New York. Not like for instance, because if you go to Daytown, that's not happening. That's not happening. You told me Daytown, but it seems like they come to New York. Oh, they could disrespect. I'm like, nah. Like I said, I'm an old hip hop head. Nah, you cannot come. You cannot come to New York and talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like on the real to real, you know, you get your head smacked off for that.
Well, I think a lot of that happened over the years because, you know, for so long, New York has been the mecca of hip hop. And in a lot of ways, it still is. You know, the overall hip hop industry may not be, you know, New York because of the sound. Because I'll give that to Atlanta right now. Atlanta has the sound of hip hop and has had the sound of hip hop, I'm going to say, for like the last 10, 15 years. I'm just being real. But as far as the hip hop industry, period, you're going to always have to come through New York. All of your labels are in New York. If you trying to get that bag, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna take label meetings that are in New York. So New York is never out of the equation. And as far as the rappers today, I feel like a lot of these younger rappers understand something that the older rappers didn't understand. Now it's about becoming an international artist. Where back in the day, a lot of the New York rappers just wanted to be hot on their block. They just wanted to be the hottest in the 5 boroughs. But now with the internet, these young dudes understand that, listen, you know, forget my block, forget my neighborhood, forget New York. I want them to hear me in Australia. I want them to hear me in Germany. You know, it took 20 years for a lot of these older rappers to go out and tour out of the country. Back when Rakim and them was out and all of that, they wasn't going overseas doing shows like that. They didn't start doing shows overseas and getting booked for tours in Africa and all of that till they got older. But these younger artists, they understand how the game go. See, a lot of the older artists, they didn't understand the politics of the music industry. They only understood the aesthetics of music. So they mastered lyricism, they mastered rhythm, They mastered the fundamentals of music, but they today these younger artists understand the music industry. They understand the business of music. And this is why they say New York don't have a sound no more. But New York created every sound that you hear today. Because if you talk to these other guys from Atlanta and all of that, they all when you ask them who they grew up listening to, they tell you Jay-Z. Lil Baby and Gunna and all of these new dudes, they looked up to Jay-Z. They looked up to Biggie. They looked up to Pac. These are the people they were listening to. They wasn't listening to Master P. They wasn't listening to 3 6 Mafia. They was listening to New York dudes. And when you ask 3 6 Mafia and all of them, they tell you they was listening to Rakim, Kool G Rap. These are the people who inspired them to want to rap. Rick Ross said what inspired him to be a rapper and what motivated him was raw bass. I mean, come on. So I feel like New York is always going to be the home of hip hop, no matter what. Even the Chicago artists, when they get asked in interviews, their favorite rappers is Jay-Z. The older Chicago artists, they listen to the Wu-Tang. They come on.
Yeah, it ain't nowhere around it from my.
It's nowhere around it, bro. It's nowhere around it. It's just that now these young dudes, they understand the music business, where the older guys they didn't, and that's why they faded out. Okay. And these young dudes is getting more money now, and they have a bigger impact. You know, these young boys getting $100,000 a show. Do you know how long it took Jay-Z for him to make $100,000 a show?
Right.
Lil Gunna and Travis Scott and all of them, they getting 80, 90, $100,000 a show. These dudes is 25. That's $100,000 a show. That's because they understand the music business. And where a lot of our, older artists in New York, they didn't understand the music business till they was 35, 40 years old.
Yeah. Good points, man. All good points. Atlanta is a place where I think I think they got a lot of respect for New York. So I don't think they will ever be disrespectful. In that way, I've never seen them be. They pay homage. So, but if they didn't, they would be the only ones that would, to me, in my opinion, that could probably try to compete for top spot as it relates to hip hop. Although I don't consider what they're doing. They're children of hip hop. Everything that we hear, rap, all the people that's rapping, all the different styles, to me, are still children of the master art form, which is hip hop that come out of, what's that city up there?
The Bronx.
The Bronx. Hip hop started out in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? That's real right there. Cool. Was it Cool Herc? Red Alert and all
Cool
Herc.
Cool Herc. Yeah, that's the Bronx.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that's my era. Like in terms of, because I'm 50, so I was there almost from the start, man. Sugar Hill Gang and all of that kind of stuff. So it's been a beautiful ride, dude. Curtis Blow, all of it. Like I'm riding with it. So I just see it as a master art form, and New York is always the capital for that, as well as a lot of other like it's an information capital, dude. Like Harlem was amazing to me when I went up there. Like just during the Sonetta debate days, man. And I think he's still doing them, but back in the early 2000s, oh man, it was when I went up there, I was blown away by how many different. Because where I'm from is slow, man. You either Christian, if you was a Muslim, you was just to be a Muslim, like you was just way something different. Like you was looked at sideways to be Muslim down here. We had never heard of Islam or knew Wapians and all that kind of stuff down here, man. When I went to Harlem, it was like everything on one block, and they was talking to each other. That was amazing to me, and nobody had a problem with it. The first time I came up, it was in 1994. Minister Farrakhan at the Armory, all men's meeting, first all men's meeting, and I just saw the different styles of the brothers and how accepting they were of the different styles. DC, we was almost like dressing the same. Everybody has the same style. And that was like when I saw that cities don't really do that everywhere you go. They like it's okay to rock new names. Like I get laughed out for renaming myself in my area. You're not respected to call yourself something else in the South. You are what your mother and your father named you. And if we gave you a nickname, that's what you are. You can't go change up on that. But when I saw the respect that happening in New York, I was like, damn, where did they get that from? How can they just rename themselves? You know what I'm saying? And it's okay with everybody. That was the weird shit I was saying, but it was so much respect and it was powerful to me all at the same time. So I just, my little New York moment out.
Hey,
Yeah. That was good.
all right, brother. Frizz?
Oh, well, from my perspective, when I look at music and the actual the transition of music into what we see today, I'm 37. I just turned 37 in November. So, I grew up in the 90s. And a lot of the music that I listened to, when I was younger, I was listening to MC Hammer. Of course, you listen to Snoop Dogg. I'm from Long Beach. So, of course, we listen to Snoop Dogg and Tupac and the Dog Pound and stuff like that. So then I got a hold of some Jay-Z, and I remember hearing Reasonable Doubt. And I was like, okay, this is different. You know what I mean? And then I got a hold of Homer from Jay-Z. Then after Jay-Z, I got a hold of some who was the other rapper I got a hold of? I want to say I got a hold of Kool G Rap. And then I got a hold of Nas, and then I got a hold of Kool G Rap. And then I was like, okay, this is some other shit. So then I started listening to, then I want to say like around the end of like maybe 1999, I got a hold of some Cannabis. And so then it was like, okay, rap is for real, you know what I mean? And so I think what happened with New York rap is that New York rap was too far ahead of its time, and it progressed way too fast. And then it became out of reach of the general consumer because the actual complexity of the lyrics was something that most people couldn't grasp. And then we look at the actual consumption of music, it began to be more consumed in clubs and, and things of that nature. So people are inebriated and they're trying to socialize. So it was more or less, how the music bounced, you understand what I'm saying? So people start really focusing on lyrics. And then like now it's like, you got everybody was in the club and it's turn up time. But now what we're seeing is that because of the dynamics between men and women, because of the red pill, now the clubs are not as popular, especially with social media. People are in the club with their smartphone. And so now you starting to see clubs close. King of Diamonds shut down. Like stuff that you wouldn't even believe happened. Some of the clubs I used to go to in California, they out of there. And it's because now people are more concerned about the antics and shenanigans as opposed to the music itself. And then you have that progression of music. It's going to get back to the point of lyrical complexity, and it's going to go right back to New York. It's going to go back to where it started from, because a lot of these other rappers, they haven't been conditioned to rap at that high of a level. Whereas in New York and some of the East Coast, even some places in California too, especially with battle rap, they have people rapping at a very high level of complexity. They're doing quadruple entendres. It's just a whole nother level of rap. And so I think now when the consumption of music is going to go back to lounges, cigar bars, is going to go back to people just sitting in their car. People are going to want to hear that real shit. They don't want to hear no bouncy clown shit anymore. They're going to want to hear that real hip hop with substance behind it. You know, not just the melody, but they want to hear the message behind the rap. And we're going to get back to that. I guarantee you. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we already seeing the trend. Because if you really look, you know, sometimes we're just overwhelmed by the sheer amount of music, but there is real good music out there. You just got to look for it. You got to really look for it. And as young artists are coming into the game, putting out some real music. So you just got to look for it. It's out there.
But I say this: most of it is independent. Now I hope that I'm talking about. I hope that you're right, Super Friends. I want you to be right. I do. I want you to be right because I'm one of the few like actually see hip hop was born, and I'm talking about like the mid '70s. And I see the turns and went this way, that way, and the economics and stuff, and I could say this that there are some artists that want to go out of seas and stuff. Like EP&D, it's one of the few rap groups that went out of seas, but the record label don't want to do what I want to do. And we got that comes into the factor too. And I want to hear real lyrics again. I want to hear styles again. You know, I want to hear bars again. Because you know, you could say I'm spoiled. I want to see competition. You know, I want to see battles. You know, I don't want to see these rap battles. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I want to see like yo, when you go on the block, I'm pushing 1632 bars, boom, boom, boom. That's it. I want to see that again. I really do. I miss that. I really do.
I feel you. I feel you, bro.
Yeah, I grew up on those you know, the original Murder Mook versus Jay Mills.
Me too.
Head Ice. Like, man, all the battle rappers. I grew up on that stuff. Smack DVDs, like back in the day. I mean, that's what I lived on. But see, rap back then was about respect. Because I remember even in California, people had hip hop battles, but it was about respect. But see, now it's about the money. You understand what I'm saying? So people are gonna make music that's gonna sell. They don't really care about, you know, how good it is. They're gonna make it just good enough, put it out, and they gotta double back and put out some more again because it's so short-lived. You know, because nowadays, I remember a time when you had an album, you listened to that album for the whole damn year.
No, that was real.
One album over and over again.
Yeah, that was real. Until the next year. Until next year. You was waiting on the next year for them to come out with the next joint.
Facts.
Yeah. Hey, dude, but hey, Smack and them, man, URL, they still, man. That's a whole nother aspect to rap for me. Battle rap. And I can go back. You mentioned that Jay Mills and whatchamacallit. Dude, I swear to God to y'all, man. I watched that I think it was last week. Just to see how I felt, man. That thing was still fire, dog. That thing was still fire. Him and Murder Mook out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love battle rap.
Man,
I'm a huge fan of battle rap. And see what I love about Smack, and this is what I was, touching on earlier. Smack has turned Smack DVD into a brand. So now the artists that are performing on the battle rap stage have a chance to actually get into the music business.
Fact. They can build their brand right there.
And this is what you gotta try to understand, big bro JT, is that today it's more about the music industry outside of the music. So, and a lot of battle rappers are not able to make the transition because they are so lyrical. They got those 32 killers, them 32 bar verses that'll just destroy anybody. But the problem is, can they make that 2 minute and 30-second record that's gonna get streamed 500 times a day? They can't do that.
Nice.
And that's why it's hard for, this is why you don't see the raw talent in hip hop no more. This is why you don't see it, because it's no longer profitable. It's not profitable anymore. But you still got those guys that'll give you that work. J. Cole is a monster. You want to hear bars?
Rock with J. Cole, definitely.
J. Cole is a beast. Kendrick, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Kendrick is a beast. You know what I'm saying? You got Joyner Lucas. He's a beast. There's a lot of Davies. He's a beast. You got a lot of guys that could still rap, like rap their ass off. But what they had to learn to do, bro, to make money is they had to dumb it down. Lupe Fiasco made a song about this years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He had to Lupe had to dumb himself down. Lupe's a lyrical giant.
Mm-hmm.
He's a problem. Like, a lot of dudes cannot stand there and rap with Lupe. But Lupe said in his song, he had to dumb it down for the music industry to understand him. So basically, in order to be marketable today, you have to shorten your bars. You can't you cannot really sound too intellectual.
Yeah, you can't
preach. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can't really give people game. You got to pretty much water your message down to the point where a little 10-year-old could listen to you.
Right.
And it's not that it's no longer there anymore. It's that it's suppressed because they have to do that to make money.
You see? Once you break through that, that's where your big dog, that's why we trying to get consciousness into these babies, so that, because one day they gonna be the Russell Simmons up in there. They're going to be whoever these industry dudes is. They're gonna break through that shit. It seems like they not, but that shit gonna be busted up. That whole cluster. It's a matter of time, because we getting smarter and smarter. And so as long as we keep, that's what our job is, to continue putting the right type of information into these babies, man, so that when they have it in them, so that when they in the right position to do things with, it's gonna be like we in stealth mode. They in stealth mode, many of them rappers, man. Like you just said, they really got the bars that we want them to give. It's just that the industry got that thing on lock right now. You're not allowed to do it. So in order for you to get your bread, you're gonna do exactly what you just said. They're gonna dumb all of that down, man, because it's some I ain't even gonna go into who it is doing it, but it's the industry has a mind of its own, and it's not our brothers and sisters that's up there intentionally trying to ruin the message that's going to our children or us. It's that they're trying to get paid. And we calling it sellout. I understand to a degree that they selling out, but I think we all selling out until we can get our own. Like, it ain't just them. I don't even think it's fair to really say that shit to them, to be honest with you, when we don't have like no alternatives like that. When you getting all the bread that you can get at your job, and you doing shit that you don't think is right and that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's all, everything that we do to make a living is all that healthy for the people. But it seems like when we start looking at like these industries where people are look like they making so much more money. We somehow we're expecting them to have these high principles and shit like that when we ain't even got them at the low level. Imagine you'll sell out for your 100,000 at your job somewhere and do some shit that you ain't think you wanted to do. Imagine signing a contract for 3 million and you 18 and ain't nobody preaching no real knowledge to you like that. So it's not fair to expect them to 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 override the industry or become conscious because they signed a big deal. So I'm just aware of that. So that's why you don't hear me shitting on the industry. Oh, I mean not the industry, on our young artists like that, man. That's I just wanted to say that. Peace,
Okay.
bro, Rob.
Well, Rob, welcome.
Man, peace, brother. Forgive my voice, man. I'm still hoarse from the weekend. But
Congratulations,
yeah,
right?
man, thank you, brother. Yeah, we won the Thanksgiving tournament, so I'm very excited and proud. You know what I mean? But y'all was talking about MCs, and y'all are y'all familiar with a new artist? His name is Polo G.
I'm not.
Okay. Well, look the young brother up. I would just like to say, and I'm proud of saying this, that Polo G graduated from Innovations High School, the high school that I work at. He graduated the year that I started there, and he was an active participant in the Black Studies class that I have after school. So, from time to time, me and this young brother would exchange bars, and I would like to believe that I had some influence. So, I'll leave that right there. I feel like because I feel like I got enough talent, and I'm not bragging or boasting. That's just what it is. Like they turn the mic on, the cake pop out. I mean, that's real shit. That's real shit. I just don't go around throwing my weight around. My MC name Manifesto though, right? But anyway, uh, what y'all talking about is exactly what it is. Like um, No ID. You know what I'm saying? No ID from Chicago had a lot of ends with some of those record labels up there in New York, and he spent a lot of time in New York. Um, um, Commons, Commons album, Like Water for Chocolate, you know what I'm saying? James Farmer, you know what I'm saying? Him and Common recorded a lot of that up there in NY. You know what I'm saying? So the New York influence always there. You know what I'm saying? But we submitted some music to No ID in the late '90s, and the industry told us we was too hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't gangster enough. You know what I'm saying? Some guys from Chicago. So that's what it was. Like I mean, you got to be willing to make some sacrifices if you want to get into the industry in terms of your image and maybe some other things like behind closed doors that people from the industry then told me about that that's that everybody familiar with that ain't no conspiracy theory. They really do be doing weird things behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. But what a motherfucker do behind closed doors, they ain't none of my business. I don't give a good goddamn what you do with other men behind closed doors. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm just being 100, right? But I mean, just don't bring it over here. That's what it is, you know what I'm saying? But the industry is that backwards. But like I was telling the young man, known as Polo G when he was going to innovations, man, make some money in the industry, but shit, also try to own the venue where you rocking it. You know what I'm saying? Forget trying to own all of the albums and man, you know, because I mean you can only get a lawyer and own so much. You know what I'm saying? You could try to play it smart, but trying to do that, you're going to, basically con yourself out of some bread where you can get into a
Right.
situation and get a lawyer to where you got a backdoor, rider somewhere where, like, if you don't do these many numbers, you can get out the contract, blase skippy woo. I don't want to, over talk the point. But what I'm saying is it's options. But normally the industry trying to sign you for 3, 4 albums, 2 albums in, you're going to be relevancy, like y'all was talking about earlier, that always plays a factor. How they market you, that plays a factor. The
Yeah.
things that you're willing to do to get on, that's a factor. You know what I'm saying? So it's this a complex issue. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it come down to 2 fundamental factors, and I'm gonna end on this. You know, your morals in terms of, like, what are you willing to bend to get the money, and then how much is the money worth to you? Either way it go, it's the money. You know what I'm saying?
That's yeah, you right about that, Ron. Right about that. Anybody else could anybody could chime on that one before I do. Well, I said for me, everything you say is right, Rob.
Yeah.
It's just for me, it's like, and she says he is right. All y'all is right about that, and I do take account. It just for me that when you see a certain music that grew, and you see the trueness of it, and I understand the environment around it and everything, and it seems that then when I see at the same time that it take a few steps back and stuff, it troubles me. It really does. And I feel like this. I think the one thing I could say that the old time rappers that they refuse, I think they refuse to did to be the own their own masters, to have they had control their own music. That's why, like, when people said that, oh, it never happened. No, Ray Charles is one of the few musicians that owns his own. He fought for that. He make his own music. He write his own stuff. He produce his own stuff. He arrange all that. Then you got another one, Sam Cooke. They also show how Bobby Womack, I'm talking about the young Bobby Womack, he sang with the Womack brothers. They showed them how to sing, how to produce, and on their own. That's why, like, when Bobby Womack, when he was writing Wilson Pickett, I'm talking now, going into the late '60s. Him and Wilson Pickett, they was writing a lot of songs together, making a lot of hits for other people too. And then, like, in, I believe, '69, that's when Bobby Womack really started going on solo. A lot of his songs that he wrote for himself, he produced himself. I don't think he owned his masters, but at the same time, he produced and everything, and I think he had an all right career. But at the time, he was on drugs and stuff and everything. But he knew the business, and so a lot of his songs, like a lot of people, that's why a lot of people they said, "Man, Bible man, wasn't highly making on his like in mid-70s, late '70s." But there was a lot of people was we worked his songs earlier, and that's how he was getting that views, getting that back. So I feel hip hop at that time, they lost a grand opportunity to fight to have their own. And I think that y'all right and everything. And that's why you see these young artists right now, you know, they see the bag is bigger now, and especially like it gets global now. But they did have examples back then, but I'm talking about the hip hop I'm talking about the beginners of hip hop. They ain't see the ones that set the tone like 25, 35 years before that. That part of hip hop, the beginning towards the middle of the 80s, they lost a grand opportunity. You know, Black Native, you back.
Yeah, my phone went dead. I'm at like 9%, so I had to wait for my phone to charge up. I heard some of the conversation you were having about hip hop. You know I love hip hop, so
Mm-hmm.
I was mad I couldn't get in on it, but
You can go get anyone.
well, I know now I'm noticing a lot of the songs are they're taking 90s songs and incorporating it into their music. So they
Fact.
kind of paying a little bit of homage back to the 90s. Who Chris Brown and Remy did it with Pretty Brown Eyes with Mint Condition. It's another song that I just heard, and it was another hip hop, and it was a
A-
90s song. So they taking it
Aaliyah,
back. To the 90s. Who?
Aaliyah, they be using her stuff too now.
Oh yeah, Drake. He did Aaliyah. It's another song I just heard on the radio, and it was like I was like, wow. So they taking the '90s music, and they sometimes they just taking the beats. They ain't even like breaking it up. They ain't even sampling. They just taking the whole
Right.
song. They not even sampling pieces of the music. Where back in like the '90s and in the '80s, they would take James Brown. Like
Part
he
of
was
it.
like the main one that they sampled his music. Aretha Franklin, Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip sampled her music. Nina Simone. They was like digging in the crates, but they was sampling it, and you would have to say, "Well, I heard this before, but the beat is different, but it's still the same." The beat is off a little bit, but you could kind of recognize and you try to go back. Because I remember when what's that Quale first came out, and his first song was Girls. That's an old song that I remember my mother used to play when I was little, and I was like, I heard that song, and I had to be maybe like 3. And then I started Googling it, and I was saying I heard this song, but it was like, and you know how your mother, your parents play music, and you kind of could remember it. And that was his first song from the group called The Moment. Was it the Whatnots or whatever? So yeah, hip hop was a culture, and I think right now where we at with hip hop music, with Takashi 6ix9ine, poor thing. I don't know. I don't know where it's heading right now. I don't know. It doesn't. It's not a culture anymore to me. It's more money. It's more a money grab.
The money grab.
Hmm.
Oh, you said it's more money grab.
It's a more money grab right now. It's not a culture
Okay.
to me.
Yeah,
Because hip
okay.
hop was a culture. It was a way. It was a lifestyle. It was the way
Mm-hmm.
you dress, the way the music, everything. It's grab. It's not. They not rapping. They not. They just. It's just money. It's about money, like you said. They know how to get the money, how to get that bag, and that's what they doing quick as possible. Because they know a lot of times their music is not. It's not standing. It dies within, like you said, 2 weeks. They on to the next. So doesn't have a lasting power.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Super Frisk.
Um, as far as the music, I do agree that it is kind of like a lifestyle. It goes beyond the music. Unfortunately, some of the elements from your lifestyle can be detrimental and
Mm-hmm.
adversely affect your ability to even put out music, as in the case of Takashi 6ix9ine. Um,
Yeah.
some of the music has kind of spread negative elements of our community, like gang culture, and it's kind of sensationalized it, and unfortunately, uh, I think that's going to continue to be a problem. This Tekashi 6ix9ine incident. I don't really think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna slow down the shenanigans that kind of led to him being locked up. I think people are going to still continue to do it because they see it as a way to get put on, and they see the actual resonation with the masses that an affiliation with a particular gang has, and it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the art form. That's not part of the art. That's something totally different. That's all I can say about that.
Okay.
I think
Um,
Tekashi 6ix9ine was a. I think he was trolling hip hop. To be honest with you, because people don't know the background about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, I know the background
When he
about
first
Tekashi
came
6.
out, he was doing heavy metal. He was with a heavy metal band, him and his brother. Then all of a sudden that didn't work out, so he strolled on over into hip hop. And then when I listened to one of his songs, he sound like Sticky Fingers from Onyx to me.
Yeah.
That's who he sounds like. And I was like, so you stole Sticky Fingers? Sound like him to me. So I felt like he was trolling hip hop, like the color hair, the skittle teeth, like the tattoos all over your face, and now he's locked up. He's classified as a white boy. So let's see him turn into Opie real quick.
Well, it's
From
just
from
it's just like I said before. A lot of what we see is caricatures.
yeah,
It's caricatures of the culture. Like when we look at Tekashi 6ix9ine, and before he got into the actual rap industry, he was a clean cut. Like I seen the pictures of him when he was before he got into the game. He didn't have long hair at all. He dressed, he had on a collared shirt, slacks. He looked like a totally different person. You wouldn't even recognize him. No tattoos. And then all of a sudden he gets in the game and he got these, rainbow colored hair, all this foolishness. And he wasn't even into hip hop culture prior to him seeing the ability to be profitable in it. And the same thing with somebody like Post Malone. Post Malone was like a banjo playing, hillbilly type music. That's what he was into before he got into the rap game. But people see that when you come into the rap game and you don't look like me, you're a novelty. And people naturally gravitate towards you, regardless of your ability and skill level. You can have somebody with equivalent skill level or even more skill than you are, but because you look a certain way, you're gonna be more prosperous. Case in point, Eminem. Eminem is a very talented artist, but we've seen artists just as talented, if not more talented than him anyway. But guess what? Because he's marketable to the general populace, because there's a lot more people in the United States that look like him and can relate to him, his music is going to resonate more. And people are going to automatically assume that he's the best thing since sliced bread.
they had him as the best rapper, and the if you look under top rappers, he's number one, and I think Nas is number 2 or 3. And I was like, so the only white guy, because you don't want to say it, but I am, the only white man is in this industry that can rap a little something. We've seen that. That's our culture. It's nothing new. Like, I mean, like you said, he appealed to the masses of white people. So I'm just going to be honest with you.
But what's the metric for best rapper? Is it based on skill level, or is it based on your actual success? Because if you talk about success, yeah, he sold more albums than everybody. But why did he sell more albums? Who's the consumer of? Because I don't buy Eminem music. Yeah, he's a talented rapper, but that subject matter don't appeal to me. I don't want to hear about somebody, stabbing their mom and all kind of weirdos. That's not. I'm not into that. That don't appeal to me. Who does that appeal to though? You see what I'm saying? And that's who represents the majority of the population, not only here in the United States, but in other markets where the media is consumed. Because, you got a lot of black people in Africa, but they're not buying albums. Europe, they buying albums. Australia, they buying albums. Canada, they buying albums. And that's who that music appeals to. That's why you got somebody like him who can come into the game and people say he's the best rapper. It's not us saying it.
No,
that's true. And that's when you go more your point.
And that's why you see right now, even Eminem, instead of saying single, he for throughout the time of his career, he all his of his other parts of the world, his album is number one because he's selling out units. A lot of people don't understand selling singles and selling units is totally different. And he sell out, and that's keep him abreast because he was selling out units and stuff like that. And she stays asleep. Anything you want to add on? And brother Rob,
Go ahead, bro, Rob.
brother Rob, you can go ahead. She stay asleep.
Well, I definitely agree with Super Trez for sure. Because a lot of us don't know who are the people who consume music. Who buys back then when CDs were pressed up and they were put in these record stores, the people who were buying them the most was middle America white people. And that's why Eminem, he was so big because he spoke to their narrative. A lot of, Caucasian young boys wanted to kill their mothers. you know, they
Yeah.
grew up, seeing their mothers hooked on drugs and all of these types of things. So what he's saying is true. I feel like why the black community or black people accepted Eminem is because back in that because back then I was an Eminem fan. I'm not gonna lie. Eminem came out my freshman year in high school. That was like when I first started listening to Eminem, it was like 98, 99. And um why I liked Eminem was because I never heard anyone speak from that perspective. Growing up in the hood, where I grew up at, we ain't grew up with white boys. So we never knew the white experience. We never knew what the daily experience of a white boy was. But Eminem gave us that. And he gave it to us in detail. Not only did he paint a picture, but he expressed how he felt. Like he used to really, I hate you, mom. Like all of that type of stuff. That stuff I feel like um made certain dudes in the hood gravitate to Eminem because it was something new for us. It wasn't the fact that we wanted to hear it. It was more of the fact of we never heard it before. We never heard what the average trailer park living white boy or white girl went through. So when he told his story, because Eminem told stories in the beginning, it wasn't just he can rap. It was his stories. The fact that he wanted to kill his girlfriend. Things like that. It wasn't that you know, we gravitated to it like we wanted to do it too. It was just interesting because we never heard it. We never heard it before. And I feel like that's why guys like J. Cole and these new young conscious rappers, this is why I think they are being accepted more in today's music because they are bringing a certain essence back of hip hop, which is storytelling and actually just being honest and being vulnerable. Because Eminem music put him out there. He was very vulnerable in his music, and it put him out there. He was the first one to write a story about a fan
Yes, and
who who
Yes,
followed him around so right. That song was creative as hell. Nobody ever told that story. That was creative. That was dope. And that's why I think a lot of black people gravitated to Eminem because Eminem gave us that aspect of what it was to grow up and be a white boy. And we never heard that before. Even the rappers that like Vanilla Ice and the white boys that came before Eminem, they didn't rap like that. They was pretty much trying to compete with us, far as trying to be lyrical and keeping rhythm and b-boying and all of that. Like Vanilla Ice and MC Search and all of those guys. They were more just trying to prove to the black dudes that I can rap. I could do this too. Eminem can't, he attacked the game a whole nother way. And that's why I feel like he got that response.
All right. Brother Rob, you there? Brother Rob. Ones. Wise. Brother Rob. Well, I said for me that y'all made excellent vibe points, and you know I hope that one day that hip hop will come back as form because I miss it. I really do. I miss delivery. I miss lyrics. I miss bars. I miss performance. I miss that you go on somebody's block or somebody's city, and I'm challenging you. Let's go. Right there, top of the head. You know, I miss that. You know, and I miss the camaraderie. I miss the togetherness that brings that sometimes like I especially in you know the the communities that we in it helps the block party, it keeps people out of trouble. And even I remember, you know, she stays sleeping, even Black Native from New York. You understand what I'm saying? That, you know, nobody don't get hip hop credit though, but it keeps a lot of people out the streets. You know, you know, get the families out the hood and live in a nicer place and keep them prospering. That the economic part of it. And then some of them come back to their own neighborhoods and build it up. You know, and then I miss that. You know, and I just hope that I can see somewhat in this lifetime that will happen. And that's for me at that. So this is what we're going to do. Brother Rob.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to take a phone call. My fault if you had called me earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But yes, sir. What was the topic? My bad, B.
We was talking about the conditions of hip hop. We was talking about performance at different times, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, this was based on something that y'all was talking about earlier, and what I'm hoping and I'm witnessing and like locally is that real hip hop gonna go back to the club. It's gonna be, you know, a live band and like, you know, in addition to like the live band and people rocking live, you know, and you can see it, the visual and the music together is what's gonna sell the music going forward. I'm hoping that becomes the norm, and you know, and having to perform live, you will have to up your ante, so to speak, like in terms of like your lyricism, your stage presence, you know, being able to enunciate your words. You can't just pop some pills and say the first thing that come to your mind. You got to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? If you rocking live, I mean that just come from experience. I mean, shit, man. If you're not prepared, you definitely gonna bomb. I mean, it's no secret to it. You know, the more you prepare, the better you gonna be. You know, but that's what I'm hoping that the trend go back to live performances. Like when Crew was here in Chicago, I took him out to this little spot that I found, and you know, the band is super cold. The name of the band is called Dynamic Sound Band, and and so the singer, she like incorporate people in the crowd, and she ended up incorporating crew into the song. You know what I'm saying? You know, she was singing Rock Steady, you know what I'm saying? And then she gave the mic to Crew, and he was supposed to be singing What It Is, you know what I'm saying? But that shit was funny as hell, but it was cold in a motherfucker too at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I hear you. Brother Rob,
Yeah.
before we close out, I want you to tell the people the bill that you and CRU had when you came to Chicago. Why I ask that? Because there is a thing going around of this sector of YouTube that brothers don't like to build. And we
Mhm.
witnessed it throughout this weekend. And I want you, and I'm being honest, I want you to tell them haters. I call you a bunch of cultural haters.
Right.
Brothers and sisters does build. I seen it myself. And I want you to tell the one in the panel, rest of the panel in the chat, and everybody else, the people want that is hating, that I know y'all hear me, and I want y'all to hear me. Tell them about the build this past weekend.
No doubt. So how we linked up, right? I was already at the gym that my team was playing at. And so I had hit him up and told him that we couldn't link up Thanksgiving evening. You know, he had got to his family and was there, and people were still coming, and I had to go and visit my in-laws. Make a long story short, we didn't link up on Thanksgiving. But the day after, my team was playing in the first day of the Thanksgiving tournament. Crew came over to the game. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we won the first game, obviously, and then after that, he gave me a ride back to my crib because my shorty dropped me off. His girl came in from out of town from college, so he had the car. Crew picked me up from the game. We went back to my crib, and then, you know, I showed him around. My wife was there. She was actually doing some painting around the house when he got there. So it was like he was family, you know what I'm saying? Like the crib wasn't like extremely clean and no shit like that, you know what I mean? And then I was fussing at my shorties because they hadn't raked up the leaves. I mean, this was some real life, you know what I'm saying? It's like he came and see me living in my real life. But anyway, we went to the basement, you know what I'm saying, enjoyed a couple of beers, talked about some business ideas. Let's just say he's in logistics, and I have students that's graduating from high school. So I don't want to say exactly what we doing, right? But you can use your imagination and see that I'm trying to create jobs and it can be mutually beneficial, right? So, you know, after that, you know, we came out here, did the little build on YouTube, and then threw around a couple more ideas, and then we went out to the club, and you know, he went and, you know, enjoyed the band, and you know, we had a couple more drinks, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how we ended the night off, and man, it was a lovely time, man. We kicked it, you know what I'm saying? Exchanged information. I looked at some things, he looked at some things that I had going, and man, we gonna take it from there and make something happen. You know, all we got is time and energy. You know what I'm saying? Might as well use it, you know? And so yeah, that's pretty much what happened, man. And I mean JT, DS1, Gab, any of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all come into town, hey, hey, I'm gonna show you a good time. Come when it's nice out. You know what I'm saying? Come when it's nice out. We'll kick it in the backyard, you know. I'm a mixologist. I know how to make them mixed drinks really good. You know
Uh,
what I'm saying? Oh yes. Oh yes.
so
And
so 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 so, so that means that I don't have to do nothing, right?
oh no, not at all, JT.
So I'm talking.
Actually,
I don't like to work now. I don't like to work. I like to sit back
actually,
and
what I
receive.
would like to do is try to impress you with my barbecue when you come into town.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I got some little dry
I know
rubs
you
and
got
stuff
some
like
stuff.
that. Yeah.
Yo, now,
Yeah.
let me tell you, the last time I barbecued, tell the truth, that when I was married, but there's some people like I could do that too, but this but but I like to sit back and snappity, drinkity.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
look,
brought
man,
that.
y'all are all invited. Look, man, I do the fourth real big in my crib. Man, if you ever in Chicago around the 4th of July, man, I guarantee you're gonna have the best time you ever had, and you're gonna eat real good and you're gonna laugh. And if you drink, you gonna get drunk. I got plenty of air mattresses and everything. So nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
I got good Uber money for you too, you know.
all right. Now, I'm letting you right now. I slept on air mattresses. I slept on couches and floors, and I, I'm tired of sleeping on the floor. But I do want to bring. I asked you about the bill because to go more on your point around YouTube, there's some people saying that black people cannot build, that sisters cannot build with sisters, or brothers cannot build with brothers, or sisters cannot build with brothers. And it goes to show of the extension that what you and CRU was doing. CRU was doing. It goes to show that whatever they talking about, y'all don't know. Y'all dumbfounded. Y'all don't know what you're talking about, or y'all just don't want nothing to happen. Y'all don't want the bills to happen. And I think that's the purpose of the platform that I created. I want us to build together. And so when we see each other face to face, it be genuine. It be happy because we need to get that back. And I think that's probably one of the reasons I create this. So it could be a connection of us as a people. It don't have to be like you know what I'm saying? And so when I see that, you will see all you were doing. That was big for me personally because as I talk to you, brother Rob, I told you this one, and other ones like that. I don't have a relationship with my older brother. I don't. I don't know what's up like that. So for me, seeing that personally, it gives me hope. But at the same time, it gave me that reassurance that it's a must that us as a people, that's the only way we're going to build. And I know Crew had a hell of a time, and I can't imagine because I was thinking about all day, like Saturday and today. I was thinking about saying, "Wow, I would like to be there. Just let my head down and brother up. You know what I'm saying? Just build. You hear what I'm saying? And me loving basketball to see your team to win, and then just look at that. You see your kid they play, and they play hard and they win that chip. You know what I'm saying? They look at you, it makes you feel proud because let's be honest here, they even some of our people who do not have the best interests of our kids, and plus definitely do not have the hope of us as adult as grown-ups here. And what you had done, and I want to commend you with that, and I want to commend Crew because you didn't have to, but you did it because it's a must. And maybe you two don't want to acknowledge that. I'm talking about the other sectors of you two are black. What I'm going to do tonight, and I do this often, I'm going to dedicate tonight of the bill of UCRU. That's what I'm going to do because it's very important. And also I'm going to dedicate like to sisters like Black Native that willing to build. She one of the few sisters that wanted to build to see us prosper. Want us, the brothers, to be leaders and stuff. So what I'm going to do right this minute, I'm going to dedicate all that. And even brothers on here, even Brother Gad. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to rename the topic. I'm going to leave the topic what it is. But I'm going to name that because we can learn from that. I can learn from that. And I want to thank you so much, Brother Rob, that you will see you to bring that to YouTube so 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 we can see it, you know, and we could believe it, you know. And it's not a myth, you know. And I want to thank you for that, brother. Seriously, on the bottom of my heart, and I dedicate your bill to the sister, the sister Black Native, and other sisters that's willing to build. I'm gonna dedicate tonight to y'all. Now, AC everyone, I want to thank y'all.
Yeah,
Don't
no
make me
doubt.
cry, brother
Hey,
Rob.
hey, just to add on, right? That brother is an Aboriginal. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't come up one time. You see what I mean? Cause like if it had came up, I'd have gave him the information I got. You know what I'm saying? I told him that I was willing to concede and hear what Dr. Clyde Winters got to say. He's a local professor here. They got some research, but even in his documentary, he say that what he think he knows to be true is hard to prove. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave that there. But what I'm saying essentially is this: me and this brother uh, don't agree on the Aboriginal point of view and things of that nature, right? But we were still able to build. This is what's important. I wasn't doing it to show off or be. I'm a humble man. I don't have all the answers. What I do know is you ain't gonna outwork. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to work. That's what I'm about. I do the work. You know what I'm saying? And then if we can talk about it, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be working, man. Man, excuse my voice, man. Like I said, I was yelling for the last 2 days. You know what I'm saying? At the top of my lungs. You know what I'm saying? Get back! What the hell you doing? Rebound the goddamn ball, boy. You know, so I was screaming, man. So like I said, I demand excellence, and we were short last year. We came in second in every tournament last year. You know what I'm saying? And now, hopefully, the hard work that we install, the culture that we install, it's the same thing like at my household. It's a culture of accountability. So if I'm an example of anything, I want that to be that. You know what I'm saying? That man was a worker and he tried to create a culture of accountability. You know,
Yeah.
if I was to be known for anything, so I humbly accept it, brother. But I mean, that ain't what I was doing it for. You know what I mean?
Now I understand what you need to be acknowledged. And on that, last remarks.
Can I?
Then
Because my phone is about to go dead
no,
again.
make your last remarks then. And after that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate being on the panel again. I appreciate your show, and I appreciate the positivity that is on this show. And with Rob, it's not Black Rob, but it's Rob. That's a good thing that you're doing, being a coach for young Black boys. They need that. They need that mentorship. A lot of them might not have fathers in the home, and they might see you as that male role model is what they need. Like I was speaking to Underrated before about young Black girls. They need a lot of women to mentor them. I don't want to leave them out because they're lost as well.
Yes.
And
Right.
positivity is what we need. I see a lot of people on YouTube and they going back and forth, and it's just like there's nothing being done. It's just a whole bunch of arguing. Like the gender wars. That's old. That's tired. That's worn out. We need to stop that. But I just appreciate you having me on the show. Appreciate speaking with everyone. And y'all have a blessed night. Peace. And enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week, actually. Because
And,
my
and,
phone is going.
yeah, and thank you to put me on the big screen. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're still up there. I'm in my dining room, but my living room. I have you up there, but
Oh
I have
wow.
a yeah, so I have to sit at my dining room table and talk to you because my phone kept going dead. That's why I kept coming in and out, and I'm looking, it's at like 0. So I'm about to go. So
Okay.
y'all enjoy your week.
All
Talk
right.
to you later.
All
All
right.
right,
Peace. Peace.
bye.
Bye bye. All right. Brother Rob, last remarks, please.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Man, I hope that you know, we can continue to have these fellowships. I think it's important that we keep our lines of communication open.
Uh-huh.
Um, and always discuss best practices and best solutions, at least at the end, so that I just feel like, when people got something concrete to go on, you know, solutions happen. They at least get imagined, they at least get started getting worked on. So with that, I say, man, if we can end off, saying like how we did today, saying, it always be a testament to the week, you know what I mean? So, man, thanks for having me, and y'all have a good one.
Thank you so much. Before I get to you, Super Fresh, shout out to Gab Talk TV and shout out to She Stay Sleep. Thanks for coming and bless the panel. And like I said before, the ones who came in late, I did a live earlier. Check that out. I explained everything there, not going back, but this is what I'm doing. So, and I appreciate that. Super Fresh, my brother. Thanks for coming. Last remarks, please. Tell about your channel and everything. And don't be a damn stranger, because you be strange on the brother. I'm just messing with you. Last remarks, please.
Yeah, thanks for having me. The Underrated Darkness. Respect to brother Rob. Respect to everybody in the chat. CRU Reality out there in North Dakota. I hope you keep it warm out there, brother, because it's getting cold out there. But yeah, again, when I come on anybody's platform, the first thing I do in the chat is, I say respect. That's the first word I say. Respect, respect the Underrated Darkness, respect CRU Reality, respect brother Rob, because I want to set the tone. I want to start off with respect because I know that sometimes we get passionate about some of the things that we say, and sometimes we forget about that respect aspect. We have to respect one another because other than that, we're talking at each other and not to each other. We're
Right.
not gonna get nowhere doing that. You know what I mean? And we have to ask ourselves, what is our motivation from having these panels? We want to open the lines of communication to one another because there's always been this barrier in our community. We got to break that barrier down. The only way we're gonna do that is with respect, first and foremost, and then get your point across.
Right.
So other than that, I want to say, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna just type my name in the chat.
Matter of fact, put if you want to, put your channel in the chat.
I can't do that. I'm not a moderator. If one of the moderators can put my channel in the chat, I appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
But just subscribe to my channel. I work nights. I just happen to be off tonight, so a lot of times, it's hard for me to get on these panels, and sometimes I don't put out my content until these weird hours because of the times that I actually work. So that's why a lot of times you may not see me, but I do try to put out the content when I can because I'm kind of busy with school and full-time work right now. But my channel is essentially just my perspective from somebody, like me, and you can check out my channel. I got some content up there right now. I try to do most of my content as live streams. So you have to look at the format is a little bit unorthodox. That's because the content that I put out has been live. But I appreciate everybody who has checked out my channel. I'm getting a lot of support. Much respect to everybody who's come to my channel. And again, respect to everybody. And thanks again, Underrated Darkness. Always a pleasure.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And oh yeah, Super Friends, We be having a men's talk every Friday. So far as every Friday, 7 p.m. I mean, not 7. I'm thinking about sports. 9 p.m. Eastern time.
That's
No.
why I miss you. Because, you know, I work nights.
Right.
So that's why I miss you guys sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I go to work at 7 p.m. and I'm there until 7:30 in the morning.
I got you. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I miss y'all sometimes. But I do sometimes. Sometimes I may just watch, but I can't actually have the volume on. So like sometimes I just turn the volume down and maybe just so that way I can actually just kind of see what's going on. But I can't always get in there and mix it up with y'all.
I got you.
Yeah.
But long as you in spirit, it's good. Just
Yeah.
letting you know in the near future if your schedule change, stuff like that, more than welcome because I'm trying to have the most diversified, panel of men. So, but at the end of the day, as long as we find solutions and work in conjunction together and at the same time advocate for ourselves. We have to learn to advocate for ourselves. And so I want you to be part of that, brother, because you're a powerful brother. You set the tone. I always respect you. You know what I'm saying? And I can see you family. You know what I'm saying? I don't use that loosely. You know what I mean? And I miss your presence. And I want you to present to be there to enlighten other ones so people can see, oh yeah, if I could do that, you could do it. So, but I'm happy you here. Thanks a lot. And what's the name of your channel again?
Just Super Triz. It's real simple. Just type in Super Triz in the search bar. Come to my channel. Holla at me.
Okay, Super Triz. That's the chat is Super Triz. Subscribe to Sunny Box Talk. Subscribe. I mean, not subscribe. I mean, support. I'm sorry. It's not issue. Not that word. It's support. Support back, or I got you. That's how it is. All right. Stay right there, brother. I'm gonna say one thing again. Thanks for Black Native, the sister queen. Thanks for blessing the panel. Thanks for trying to get other people to the panel. I don't know. It's not working. That's this YouTube hanger is crazy. Shout out to Gab Talk Media and shout out to She Stay Sleep. Thanks for partner and everybody else that participated. Want to thank you so much. And again, I'm gonna dedicate this show, this blog to Brother Rob and CRU, an excellent bill in Chicago that people say, oh, can I be done? It had been done. Also, the sisters, building sisters, like Black Native and stuff. So just remember how to start off. Men, build with men, women, build with women. After that, black man, black woman got to sit down, we got to solve our own problems. We gotta restore we gotta restore the family unit back. We have to set the tone for our young ones. All right, so on this, I'm gonna put it in on this. Excellent bill tonight. On that note, I am gold.